What up? What up? What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Church Guys Postgame show for December the 5th, 2023. In-season tournament quarterfinals. New York Knicks dismantled tonight. Absolutely outclassed tonight by the Milwaukee Bucks. 146 to 122. Yes, you heard me correctly. The number one defense in the NBA gave up 146 points tonight. 146 to 122. In a normal game, in a normal season, 122 points is enough to win a basketball game. The problem tonight was not with the New York Knicks offense. The problem tonight was with the lack of defense. Bishop Ellis here. Talk to us.
146 points. 146 points.
Yep.
I don't even remember the last time I seen a team score that much on the Knicks.
It doesn't
That's a
happen.
lot. That's that's a lot of points, and I'm speechless, and I really don't know what to say, e- except I'm glad this whole in-season tournament thing is over for us. Now we can get back to business as usual. We're eliminated from that, thank God. Now let's focus on something else.
Well, we'll get into that a little bit later because, we'll talk about that a little bit more about how getting to this point in season tournament may have actually harmed us this season. But we'll get into that a little bit more.
Um, you would have that stat.
Oh, I do. I was prepared for it.
um,
I researched it and looked at all the ramifications, everything that could go wrong, and it's coming to fruition. And before we get it, so let's just get into it. Even before we get into the points from this game, in particular, as we're waiting for Bishop Jason McCants to come and join us. Um, the New York Knicks now, by virtue of making the in-season tournament quarterfinals, the knockout round, as they call it, and drawing the Milwaukee Bucks in the quarterfinals, the worst possible scenario for the Knicks happened. And it started last night because let's start with by virtue of the Knicks finishing fourth in the Eastern Conference's brackets, Milwaukee being the number one seed, it set up a fifth meeting, which was tonight, based upon scheduling, a fifth regular season meeting again between the Knicks and the Bucks, which is tonight. In fact, the Knicks and the Bucks will have played 4 of their 5 games all before January 1st of next year. So this was meeting number 2. The Knicks and Bucks will play again. These next 2 games will be at Madison Square Garden, though, December 23rd and Christmas Day. And then there's one more game in March between these 2 teams. So the Knicks will now play the Bucks during a normal NBA season, which would have been 4 games against an Eastern Conference opponent. The Knicks got a 5th. How does that fit into a worst case scenario? Last night, the Indiana Pacers beat the Boston Celtics. By virtue of the Pacers beating the Celtics, the way the in-season tournament works is the teams that lost the quarterfinal round would play each other on Friday. The Knicks will face the Celtics for what will be a 5th time this season. The 2 teams who you have proven that you cannot beat, who are the upper echelon of this conference, you want your prize for getting to the knockout round of the in-season tournament are a 5th game against both of those teams. Where when it comes to NBA seeding, if you can't beat those teams, it could mean the difference between you finishing 4th in your conference and you finishing in the play-in. These 2 games. Because you saw that last year. The difference between 5th and 7th last year in going into the play-in was literally 2 games. In fact, New York, Miami, and I believe it was Brooklyn actually all finished with the same record. But because the Knicks won the season series over those teams, Miami ended up in the play-in, and we didn't. We finished with the 5th seed. So the difference between 5th, 6th, and 7th last year was 1 game. And the Knicks have extra games against the 2 best teams in their conference. David Wright is joining us. Okay,
What's up, everybody?
Optimistic, my brother David Wright. Give me a silver lining tonight, because I don't see one.
It really ain't no silver lining on this. We ain't ready. I just seen it, man. Tonight we ain't ready.
What? Wait, say that again. What?
We ain't ready for them big teams, man.
Where's Jason McCants? Where's Jason McCants? I need Jason McCants.
We need that one piece, man. We was holding on to Grimes, thinking he would show us something. But I say throw him out there. Let's get DeMar DeRozan or Zach LaVine, one of them.
Nobody's coming. Nobody's coming.
Somebody got to come.
I said it in our text thread, Davey. Nobody's coming. I will be a Knicks fan for the rest of my days, either until I go to heaven by way of death or by way of the rapture. But I have come to the terms. Nobody is coming. We have seen our last superstar come to New York in Carmelo Anthony. No one will ever come to New York again until James Dolan sells the team. And you might need somebody black to be the owner for this to happen, because this is just, I don't see it. I don't see it. We're talking about the many times we've had the opportunity to get a bona fide star, and they all chose to not come. We had the money for KD and Kyrie. I think that, and the reason why things went the way that it went in Brooklyn is because ultimately they did not want to be in Brooklyn. They wanted to be in New York, but they spurned Dolan.
Well, Ted Morris agrees with you. Thanks, Ted. Y'all like, share, tag, and comment. We need your comments. Let's keep the conversation going. Thanks, Ted.
Nobody's coming.
Nobody wants to play for Dolan. And I think
nobody wants to play for Dolan.
But Dolan is staying out the way. Dolan ain't bothering nobody.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't even matter, Davey. It doesn't matter. They don't want to play for somebody that they actually believe is non-appreciative to the superstars. Dumb Dolan is such a racist, he wouldn't even think of selling the Knicks to Magic Johnson. He is, I don't know if I want to say he's a racist. I'm not sure if I want to go that far.
I don't think Dolan's a racist. I think he's a classist. He's one of those elitist, silver spoon-fed people that looks down on people who don't have as much money as him and thinks that they're anybody who has less money than him is stupid. He's that kind of, it's that mindset. He's not a racist. I don't believe he's a racist, but I do believe he's a classist. I do believe that.
So if you're looking for a superstar to come, I seriously doubt that it's there are too many. First of all, it's not like New York is the great market that it used to be prior to social media. Everywhere is the market. Social media has made everywhere the market now. There was a time, let's look at it from a baseball standpoint. There was a time where people were tripping over themselves to get that money from George Steinbrenner. And now we're in the winter meetings like, hopefully we can get somebody.
Part of that with the Yankees, though, as we discussed on a previous show, is Hal. Because Hal is not spending the money that his father would spend. Like George would outbid himself, like for players. Like if you go all the way back to the Winfield deal in the 80s, like he didn't have to give Winfield that $10 million contract, which at the time was the richest for any player in baseball history. But he outbid the Padres, who were like, well, we wasn't giving him $10 million anyway, so
Yeah.
go right
But
ahead.
I'm just saying that to say New York's the gold pot of New York is no longer a draw.
Well, I think the cachet is still there. If you look at the team, across in Queens from the baseball standpoint, the Mets made a big splash. Steve Cohen, it didn't work for them, but Steve Cohen was willing to spend the money. They went and got two of the best pitchers ever in baseball in
I'm not talking about
Justin
people willing to spend.
Verlander.
No.
But you had guys you had superstars who were willing to come here. In
No.
Verlander,
But they looking
Max
at building
Scherzer.
their brand. If they want to build a brand, they not looking like, yo, I got to go to New York to build my brand. They can build a brand from Oklahoma now.
Right. Basketball is a different entity. However,
They can build a brand. And
the thing with
Miami's the hot spot now.
Miami's the hottest spot right now. Keep it 100, the Knicks are a major market team, and they have the bag that is almost bottomless, but that's not enough to attract anyone of caliber. Well, in New York, understand something. In basketball, there is a salary cap, a hard one at that.
Correct.
In baseball, there's no salary cap.
Correct.
None. You can give somebody $1 billion and nobody's going to be mad. You'll be paying a luxury tax out your behind, but there's no salary cap.
And KD and Kyrie proved that New York is a destination, just not the Knicks.
Yeah.
Just not the Knicks. Just not the Knicks. Oh, come on. Kevin Garnett and Paul Pierce proved that New York is a destination.
Darren Williams,
just not the Knicks. Darren Williams proved it's just not the Knicks. The only one that did it was Carmelo, and it was because that's who was going to trade for him. Brooklyn had a smart front office at the time, and it was like, if you want to come here, he going to wait till the end of the season where we can sign him. That's what was happening with that Russian boy. Prokhorov. And as a matter of fact, if I'm not mistaken, they wasn't even in Brooklyn yet. They were still in Jersey, anticipating coming to Brooklyn the next season.
They were getting ready. They were building the Barclays Center.
They were building the Barclays Center, and they said, "Listen, if he want to come here and be a part of what we doing in Brooklyn next year, he gonna have to wait."
And that's what Donnie Walsh wanted to do. It would have been a bidding war between the Nets and the Knicks, but Donnie Walsh was willing to take that chance.
So
it was golden.
Ain't no help coming, Davey.
The only way we're getting help
superstars
is via trade. And as we discussed with that part of it, you're going to pay the New York tax. Because
let me say this.
is going to trade you their superstars if you're not backing up the truck in draft picks and players.
Most superstars have a trade clause.
Well, no. The no trade, the last player who had a full no trade clause was actually Carmelo Anthony. Players don't even get those no more. But
so they don't get them no more.
They're not full no trades. What's actually happening now is in terms of contracts now at the NBA is nobody's giving those out, but players are understanding through their agents when the best time to ask for a trade is, which is usually the year before you're going to go into your walk year. So basically you putting the teams back against the wall to say, hey, listen, trade me to where I want to go, or I'm going to play out this contract and I'm walking for nothing and you'll get nothing for me.
I think, man, help is on the way. It got to come because Donovan Mitchell was on his way here. He was coming.
But here's the thing with that. The owners have gotten hip to that as well. So now they're like, okay, sure, we'll trade you. Dame Lillard, Donovan Mitchell. We're not trading you where you want to go. We're trading you where we want to send you.
And Donovan Mitchell wanted to come home. Right. See, that's a difference, right?
Yeah, because he's a
people that a superstar that wants to come here 9 times out of 10 is because he wants to come home, i.e. Carmelo Anthony.
Donovan
He
Mitchell.
wanted to come home. Donovan wanted to come home. That's really what that is. Coming home is the big thing for them. I think even Kyrie.
Corey don't start. Y'all sitting at home, though. Y'all sitting at home. You didn't even make the knockout round, and your team is still under 500. Come back to me when y'all are 500 or better.
Who is Corey team? Who is team?
The Clippers. Where's McCann?
Oh, no.
Where's McCann?
Talk about a racist owner.
The paper clips.
No, they don't even count.
Listen, I don't know. I I don't see us getting no stars, no time soon. And
Oh,
We
here he
can't
comes.
compete with we can't compete with the Milwaukee's
He must have felt Corey Ballard was in our chat acting up.
and the Boston's and even like the Suns. We can't compete with them without that fourth piece because we got three nice pieces, but we need that fourth piece.
I don't think you need a fourth piece. I don't know if you need a fourth piece. There's not enough basketballs around for a fourth piece.
Milwaukee got 4.
They
You
sure
need a
do.
better,
Boston
you need
got
a
4.
better coach. You need a better coach.
But Milwaukee got 4, though. I got to agree with Davies. Milwaukee got 4.
Listen, when you go
I mean,
back to
they just got that fourth piece though.
But when you go
They
back
got that
to
fourth piece because
it's a big piece.
And Boston got 4 pieces. They got
Listen.
Tatum, Brown, Porzingis, and that other boy, Drew Holiday. It ain't no big 3 no more. You need that fourth. You need a big 3 plus 1.
Can I be real with you, fellas? It's always been that way, honestly. It's
It has.
always because if you go back just to the 80s, those run and gun Laker teams, those Celtics teams, everybody on those teams was all-stars. Everybody. Your starting lineup in LA was Irvin Magic Johnson, Byron Scott, James Worthy, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. 4 pieces in the starting 5.
And 3 of them was all NBA.
You had Michael Thompson coming off the bench.
But they had 3 of them was all NBA.
In Boston, you had Robert
4
Parrish,
all NBA.
Kevin McHale, Larry Bird,
Dennis
Johnson, Danny Ainge. It's always been a thing. And the Big 3 era only started once you got to the 90s to where you saw the Jordans of the world and the Barkleys and the Patrick Ewings, where they started splitting the talent amongst the larger NBA markets. David Stern was a smart man. He made sure they got split up so there were marquee matchups everywhere and there was more parity in the league. And then you had Michael Jordan. But now you're going back to that era where you need 4 and 5 guys. It's happening all over again. So it's not wrong to say that the Knicks could use a fourth piece, but who is that fourth piece going to be? And I agree with you, El. Nobody's coming here.
Nobody's coming.
And that's the reality we gotta face as Knicks fans. We gotta face it as Knicks fans. Yo, we not gonna get past. We in mid purgatory, as I put in the chat. We're in mid purgatory. As great as Randall's numbers were,
this dude had a 40 piece tonight. He gave him 41 a night, man.
Best game of the season. Let me acknowledge some of these comments. My big brother, Bishop, Pastor, Prophet, Dr. Byron Harden. Yeah, he says the Knicks need to make shots. They made shots tonight, Prophet.
We dropped 120 some points.
122 points is supposed to be enough to win in the NBA.
Not when you playing against Dame Lillard. Not when you playing against Dame Lillard. And Giannis and Middleton and Lopez driving to the basket looking like Giannis. It was just a clinic tonight, man. And every time we play one of these teams, we just get exposed for not having that extra piece. And
big 3 in the well, we have a sure point guard. We need another piece. And
we need another piece.
And we need somebody who can consistently get stops.
That's why I'm like, I don't know if DeRozan is the answer either.
Right, because he's not known for his defense.
Right. I don't know if DeRozan is the answer.
You want to handle it.
Jay, could you get Ballard, please?
Get your man. Get your man, please. Get your man. Just get it.
I don't even acknowledge Clipper fans. I don't acknowledge them.
Right. I already said I told them already before you came on. I said when your team gets back to 500, then come talk to me.
I didn't know there was any Clipper fans around. I didn't know they had fans.
Listen,
that's right,
Davey. I didn't know they had fans outside of LA. He's a unicorn because that don't happen.
It sure don't.
What's up, big bro?
Only Clipper fan I saw was that little boy in the wood because his father played for the Clippers.
And that crazy black man. And that crazy black man that be wearing them blazers out there.
Quincy McCall.
Yeah.
Don't
That's
start.
all
Don't get the McCann rant going.
Don't get me
Don't
started.
do it. Don't do it.
Quincy McCall. That was
do
it. That's the only fan I ever seen.
The Clippers are so bad that we have to recognize fictional ball players.
Oh shoot,
Bro, that guy, the black man, he be out there with the blazers and the crazy glasses.
Quincy McCall.
Quincy McCall. No, you're absolutely right, Prophet. If the other team's getting 130, 122 not going to be enough. But I remember a time where, for the Knicks at least, 122 usually meant a big win because the other team was only going to score 95.
I turned the game on at halftime and we was down by 2.
Right. We were right there.
And then
but I said in the chat, I said, this is too many points in the first half. I knew it was going to be bad. The Knicks gave up 75 points in the first half and 71 in the second half.
Julius Randle was 9 for 9 in the first half.
And murdering in the second half.
So, again, that's why I'm saying it's not going to be, it's not going to be enough. We got to know that if they don't, make a move or try to bring somebody in here, man, listen, I told y'all from the beginning of the season, we looking at a second rounder. If that, hopefully we won't run into one of these top 3 teams in the first round. Because if we do, we gone in the first round. Can I
ask this question?
I'm gonna make it worse for you. Hold on one second.
Can I ask this question? If we get bumped in the first round this year, does Tibbs go?
No,
he has to.
They not. No,
they may not, but I believe he has to.
They're not gonna get rid of him
because it's a regression. It's a regression at that point.
They're not gonna get rid of him. I'm telling you right now.
But
Davey, what do you think? What do you think?
I think if we get bumped in the first round and we should have won, they're gonna get rid of Tibbs because they got to do something. But if they get rid of Tibbs, that's a whole reset because this is Tibbs' team. Randall is his. Grimes his. These are Tibbs players. So if they get rid of Tibbs,
Randall predates Tibbs actually. Randall was here the year before Tibbs got here. Randall played under that horrible Fizdale year.
And Robinson predates him too.
Yep.
Yeah, this is a team he put together.
Ooh, hot take here. Bishop Dr. Douglas Woodall, again, congratulations on your 30 years of pastoring, sir. He says Jimmy Butler would be a perfect fit. What do y'all think?
Who you giving up?
I don't like his hairstyle.
I don't like that hair.
He got this perm.
Listen, Kevin Durant played with a nappy head for years, and won at Golden State.
Buckshot peas.
And so he got that hairstyle coming to New York.
With nappy head, then Butler could play with straightened hair.
I don't like that hair coming to New York because we already got enough going on here. That's
he'll fit right in. He'll fit right in.
On a serious note, Jimmy
fit right in.
Jimmy Butler would be good, but I'm not like. First of all, the league is. I don't know if the league really has a bunch of superstars. I mean, maybe I'm wrong.
If you bring in Butler here, you got to get rid of Randall because they to me they kind of similar. That gritty, grind it out, gritty, play with heart.
But they don't play the same position, though.
It's gonna be less turnovers.
That's true.
Well, Pat Riley ain't giving us nothing that's going to help us.
Exactly.
That's the truth. You can forget about that.
Pat Riley, if he's going to help the Knicks, he'll rather sell his children than give the Knicks anything that's going to help us.
Yeah, I agree. They were toying with us tonight. They were.
Ted calls it the curse of Mark Jackson.
No, I don't call it the curse of Mark Jackson. I actually call it the curse of Patrick Ewing.
Yeah.
No, I go further back than that. It's the curse of Wilt Chamberlain. He scored that 100 points on us, man. He scored 100. He scored.
It's the curse of Pat Ewing. And even though Ewing was looking for a trade,
He was looking for it though. That's why I don't call it the Patrick.
Right, because at that point, Patrick wanted out.
Patrick wanted out. That's why I don't call it the curse of Patrick Ewing.
So that I'll call it the curse of Bernard King though, because Bernard King tore his ACL. They didn't think he was going to get back, so they cut him. And then he went to Washington and became an all-star all over again.
And rehabbed his knee, yeah.
Mind you, if you had just waited a season and paired him with Patrick Ewing and Mark Jackson,
It would have been crazy.
you might have won a championship.
Another bad front office decision.
You may have won a championship. And yeah, that's it, Prophet. The Knicks organization has been a problem since '73. I don't know about 73, but I know at least since I've been watching.
Dr. Byron Hart, don't you get on here with this Nick hate talk. Don't you?
Well, let me say
we went to the finals in '94 and in '99.
He's not a Nick hater, but he's a realist like us.
It's painful. It's painful as a Knicks fan, and you know that they playing and like tonight. They gave you all they had, and it wasn't enough.
And it wasn't enough. And that's about midway through the third quarter. I just sat there like, we just aren't good enough.
Remember, I said the floodgates are open.
Yeah,
I knew we weren't making it up, man.
We were outclassed tonight. We got beat by a complete. And again, the Knicks did not play a bad game tonight. They really just got beat by a better team. Period.
And I can't even say we were out coached because I don't think the coach at Milwaukee is that great. He's a young.
Can't blame you. Right, I can't blame Tibbs tonight.
He's a young boy.
A more talented, deeper team beat us.
You know what this reminds me of, guys? This reminds me of this past Sunday when the 49ers went into Philadelphia
and outclassed Philly.
And just outclassed Philly. Philly had no answers. Philly had they couldn't do anything. They hung up 42 points on the Eagles, and because they were just outclassed.
And I got a guy at my job that's a big Eagles fan, and I walked up to him yesterday, and I said, he said, he just shook his head and said, we got beat by a better team.
And they're not gonna beat if they in the playoffs. They're not beating them.
Not at all. They went in there, but you know the Eagles were in trouble when they lost to the Jets.
Yeah, they were barely winning those other games.
Right.
You know.
So, yeah, they were 10-1, but
it was a suspect 10-1.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's what we ran into tonight. Milwaukee hit their stride tonight, and they gave us a glimpse of what they could be 20 more games in. They just getting their feet wet. They just scratching the surface.
Why they gotta hit their stride on the Knicks? Why they gotta hit their stride tonight?
And I thought that as well. I said,
why Dame and Giannis got cohesion all of a sudden tonight?
Oh, it was perfect. Early on, it was feed Giannis, feed Giannis, feed Giannis. Into the second quarter, Dame said, I got it. And then the role players finished us off in the second half.
Right, because Dame just had a big second quarter.
Yep.
He killed us in the second.
They did to the Knicks, honestly, what the Knicks have been doing to teams in their wins all season. You get a big quarter from big first from either Julius or Brunson. In the second quarter, you get a big quarter from RJ because he's running with that second unit. And then the third and fourth quarter, you'll get that second unit coming in, putting their feet to you, and then that's it. They did to the Knicks what the Knicks have been doing to other teams this year.
It hurts, guys, man. I'm telling you, it just, like I said, it hurts because there's nothing that they can do. It was nothing they could do. There was nothing they could do. It was Brunson was in there trying, and Quickly was off tonight. Quickly was off. You know,
it's the curse of Antonio McDyess.
Yo, my little brother ain't good at. Yeah, you wildin', bro.
Scott Layden.
It's the curse of Al Bianchi.
I don't even know who that is.
Y'all don't even remember Al Bianchi.
It's the curse of Eddie V. Wilkins.
It's the curse of that Allen Houston contract.
When we should have gave Sprewell the money.
Yes.
It's the curse of the Amari Stoudemire contract. $100 million. We only got for 5 years. You only got 3 years out of him. 2.5, really.
Listen, wait. Now I don't want to talk too bad about Amari because
he was
great. Amari was great.
But we knew we were only getting 3 years out of him. They gave him 5, knowing they were only getting 3 out of him. Those knees were never going to hold him 5 years.
That's why we didn't insure those knees. But he did help us get over the grief of losing LeBron.
To some extent, yes. Prophet, we're gonna do a show on the 10 worst GMs in Knicks history. I'm gonna let you know.
We gotta do that show soon.
Yes,
we need to do that show
I'm
very
telling
soon.
you, that's gonna be a great show.
That is. We're gonna do that. I think we should do that right around Christmas time.
The 10 worst GMs.
And we're gonna count down the 10 worst GMs.
Well, I think number one might be Isaiah Thomas.
No.
Wait, listen. We can't give it away. We gonna collab together.
We're gonna collab and we're gonna put the list together.
Yeah, we can't give it away, Dave.
We're gonna go through. We're gonna go through with stats. I'm gonna give a stat about that one, and then we just gonna go in on them.
Draft picks, everything.
Everything. We're gonna have all of the information.
Do y'all know that the Knicks could have drafted Tyrese Halliburton?
Yeah.
Yes.
Another whiff. Once again,
and we chose to go. Watch this. We chose Obi Toppin. Then we trade Obi Toppin for
Tyrese Halliburton
and with Tyrese Halliburton.
Now listen, the Obi pick was not a bad pick, and I'll tell you why. I think they believed that Julius Randle originally was just going to be a stopgap for a few years. They did not expect him to become an all-star. And so once he became an all-star, I guess they felt like they needed to commit to him. But I didn't have a problem with them taking Obi Toppin. And Obi has played well. Obi played well for us. I didn't have a problem with that pick. Over Tyrese Halliburton, maybe not, but it's not like picking Frank Ntilikina when you had all the other people on the table. It's not like picking Kevin Knox when you had Donovan Mitchell on the out there that year. You know, it wasn't like that. So the Obi Toppin pick for me wasn't
Ntilikina.
The Obi Toppin, the problem with the Obi Toppin trade wasn't Obi Toppin. It was Tibbs. Tibbs didn't know how to use him. He kept parking him out on the 3-point line.
And instead of Tibbs is not good at making teams match up to their strengths, because him and Julius Randle would have been out there together 15 to 20 minutes a game and just let them run.
But he never played them
He wouldn't do it. But if I'm saying, if I was coaching that team, you got to put them out there together and make teams keep up with them. Make it a trap meet.
He wouldn't even try it.
No,
he wouldn't even try it.
He wouldn't. He was stuck in his way. I need a traditional 6'11" big who rebounds and is a defensive intimidator. But quite honestly, that's not where the NBA is going.
But he parked him on the 3-point line. He didn't even do what you're saying. He didn't even have him down there. Did you see the game a couple games back? Obi had 4 block shots. He never had that for New York.
Did you?
That was a career high.
Somebody on X the other day after Indiana played Miami put a Obi Toppin defensive highlight reel up from that game of him guarding Jimmy Butler one-on-one for most of the second half. Rick Carlisle was brilliant. He put Obi Toppin on Jimmy Butler, and Obi shut Jimmy Butler down.
It's sad.
Don't put your head down, Dave. Don't put your head down, Dave. But this is what we never got to see from Obi with Tibbs.
All we got was park on the 3-point line, run out on the break. That's it. That's it. That's all we got. He never tried to develop that guy. He never tried to develop him. That's why I said I don't really criticize the pick, because he never utilized Obi.
I agree with that.
So if what Butler's saying is true, if nobody's coming, we gotta develop it.
Precisely, and that's why you don't trade Obi Toppin. This guy, you're forgetting. Well, we didn't forget, but Tibbs and him forgot. This guy, the year before he was drafted, was the College National Player of the Year.
Could you say it again? Could you say it again?
He was the College National Player of the Year the year he got drafted.
That means say it one more time.
The best player in the draft.
Say it.
The National Player of the Year the year he was drafted.
And that's why I say I don't criticize that pick.
He was essentially the college MVP.
I don't criticize that pick. That's on the Knicks not developing him. That's not on the pick. That's the Knicks. That's the scouts. That's Scott Perry and them boys not getting on Tibbs and say, listen, we drafted this guy. We see his potential. Use him. And they didn't do it. That's
yes, the curse of Charles Smith. I agree with that. But we got a whole lot of curses. But
well,
right.
Listen, if we go back to that Charles Smith game, Charles Smith ended up with the ball and wasn't even supposed to have the ball. Let's just be honest. He lucked up and got the ball. Patrick Ewing fell. He tripped.
Right, but you still got to step back and dunk it. You got at least
try
to dunk it. True, but you got to go up stronger than that and make the referees make a call.
Bro, they was not calling that foul on Pippen and Jordan down there.
Not on Jordan, maybe. Not on. Listen, these are the same referees. Well, not those particular referees, but it's the same.
They can't keep bringing these names up, man, because it's doing something to my spirit.
They called a phantom foul on Scottie Pippen with Hubert Davis.
Yeah, but that's when Jordan wasn't there.
Right. But
did you hear
didn't
Davey?
Have to call a foul on Jordan. Call it on Pippen.
Did you hear Davey just now?
He said, stop calling these names and doing something to his spirit.
Yes,
listen, it's doing something to mine, too.
That's the curse right there. Because the moment Dolan decided that he thought he could run an NBA franchise better than this man who you named right there, that's where the Knicks went downhill.
Bro, I know y'all ain't going to like this. I know y'all ain't going to like this comment, but I'm going to say it.
Go on, say it.
The Knicks are the Dallas Cowboys of the
No.
NBA.
Not the Dallas Cowboys. Not the
Let me explain.
No.
Let me explain.
I can't accept that.
Who's the GM of the Dallas Cowboys?
Jerry Jones.
Who's the GM? Who's the true GM? I ain't talking about Scott Perry, but who's the real GM
James
of the
Dolan.
Knicks?
James
Okay. Who's always guaranteeing a championship every year in the NFL?
Jerry Jones.
Okay, so this is the thing. So hashtag the curse of, and then put the name of the player or GM. Listen, I got to build the audience somehow. So that's how hashtag the curse of, and then put the name there. The curse
I'm down here in Atlanta with my daughter, and she over here cracking up.
The curse of Hubie Brown.
Listen, Hubie was a good coach. He took nothing.
He was dealt a bad hand in New York, and then he got Patrick for a year, but he had nothing around Patrick. Honestly,
I got even worse. We had Steve Kerr. We had him as the coach.
No, Phil was trying to force Steve Kerr to run the triangle, and Steve was like, "I don't want to be in your shadow. I can coach."
I'm not running this antiquated offense. Because the triangle only works if you got Kobe or Jordan. You got Kobe and Shaq or Jordan and Pippen. That's the only way the triangle works, Phil. I don't have those players.
Basically. No, Prophet, we know the Knicks never had they have not had a great GM, and I will name one great GM. Well, two. Dave Checkett, who was the president of the team.
Ernie Grunfeld.
Scott Layden was good.
No,
he wasn't.
No,
don't you
Dave.
dare say Scott Layden.
No, Pastor Dave. No.
Don't you dare say Scott Layden.
No. Scott Layden?
He brought Utah Jazz East here.
Dave Checkett and Ernie Grunfeld were the best president and GM tandem that the Knicks had.
Yep. Scott Layden brought Utah Jazz East here. We had Isley, Brandon Anderson, and McDice.
Yep. He was trying to build the Utah Jazz out here.
Yes.
Howard Isley was your point.
Shandon Anderson?
Right.
How you go from Chris Childs and Charlie Ward to Shandon Anderson and Howard Isley?
And he brought Glenn Rice here. Horrible, man.
Yeah, we found him, Jesse. David, you missed it the last episode. Jesse was on with us. Well, he was looking for you.
Well, he's a Cowboy fan. He ain't got much to say. No how.
Listen, Oh, just the next week, Monday, because the Cowboys got a big game on Sunday. Jesse's gonna come on with us because he believes that this is the year the Cowboys break their December curse. And me and L told him, we don't believe you. You need more people. So yeah, Jesse's gonna come on with us next Monday after we play. Who do we play next Monday? We play. I think we play. I can't remember who we play next Monday. I think we might.
I spoke to Bishop Bernard Jordan. He told me within the next 3 weeks that Dak Prescott's going to have a season-ending injury.
Whoa!
Within the next 3 weeks,
What?
Dak Prescott is going to get hurt. Bishop Jordan told me that.
Whoa.
And he got a 98% prophecy rating. He had 98%.
He is your most trusted name in prophecy. I'm sorry. I love you, Bishop Jordan. I'm sorry. I had to do it.
Why y'all gonna make me hurt myself out here, man?
I'm sorry, Bishop Jordan. Don't do L. Stop. We're not pulling out the tarot cards.
Oh,
wait!
Y'all gonna get us canceled. We gonna get canceled. We getting canceled. Y'all know that, right? We getting canceled.
For those of you who are listening to the podcast later on, because we are available on Spotify or Apple.
Black that screen out, load host.
I was getting ready to tell the people who will be listen only what L was doing. No, I ain't even gonna tell them.
Listen
I was
to
at
me.
that banquet.
Listen to me.
Teddy said the
Prophet Bernard Jordan is my friend. He made sure I went to the Vatican.
He sure did.
I love Prophet Bernard Jordan.
I love him too.
But he gave me this deck of cards.
With his face on it.
And I'm waiting to play some spades.
I was just about to say,
Yo, you can't. I played with him. You can't beat him in spades. I played with him a couple of times, and he don't turn that prophetic off. He knew it was in my hand. I don't like that. I said, I ain't playing no more spades with you. You gotta wear a hat or something. Wear a Dr. X-Man hat or something. We can't do this. You know what's in everybody's hand. We're gonna put something over his eyes or something like that.
My little bro, the Jay Allen Good.
You know what?
The curse of Phil Jackson. That's good.
We gonna get in trouble.
That's why I'm keeping the show moving.
Keep going.
We get in trouble. I'm telling you, we get in trouble.
Tony. Jay, Ernie Grunfeld was a good GM, so it can't be the curse of Ernie Grunfeld.
Grunfeld was our best GM. Listen, they got us to the fight.
This is a good one, Woodall.
Stu Jackson. Stu Jackson.
Oh my goodness! Wait, not the curse of Greg. Greg Anthony was good for us. Greg Anthony was really, really good for us. He was
not the curse of Greg Anthony, but definitely the curse of Larry Johnson. We got him after the grandmama years.
After his prime.
But he gave a
He gave that 4-point play.
You look at his in-season numbers, and you look at him when the playoffs started. He upped his points per game in the playoffs.
Listen, Larry Johnson was great for us. Even
with a bad back.
Even with a bad back, he was great for us.
He may not have had
we didn't really grab hold of him because we traded him for.
Oakley.
Anthony Mason.
Wasn't it Mason? Did we trade
Mason? It was Mason.
We traded Anthony Mason to get him, and Mason was home. He was homegrown.
And that was very true. But listen, Larry Johnson was a big part of that '99 championship run.
And Mason was given. They traded Mason because Mason. He had run his course. He was being too outspoken, and that's why they got rid of him.
Draymond Greenish, very Draymond Greenish.
Yes, yeah.
That Jordan deck gonna get me a boss. You stupid.
I'm telling you, we gonna get canceled. Y'all gonna keep playing around.
Don't play. I will send Bishop Jordan the link to this show right now.
Oh, don't you do it. Don't you do it.
I'm telling y'all listen.
Y'all will not bring the Master Prophet on here tonight. You will not.
That's my guy. I love him.
I love him
Mason
too.
was a truck that ran the point. Yes, he absolutely was.
Yeah, Don Nelson tried to put it in, and that's what got him fired. Patrick
Listen,
Ewing was
Donnie
like, no.
Nelson was ahead of his time. The league wasn't ready for the point forward yet. The league wasn't
And
quite ready.
D'Antoni, because everybody's running D'Antoni's offense now. The league wasn't ready for that either.
Yeah. D'Antoni's team's problem was he coached and yes, it was the beginning of this, but teams still played defense. And because he refused to bring in Tibbs as his assistant while he was in Phoenix, because that was the difference. Because while Steve Kerr was running the front office when D'Antoni was coaching in Phoenix. That was Steve Kerr's front office. And he went to D'Antoni and he told D'Antoni, bring in Tom Thibodeau as your lead defensive assistant. If D'Antoni does that, I guarantee you the Suns would have won the championship.
And if they wouldn't have suspended Stoudemire and they wouldn't have suspended him. That was another suspension that cost the team a championship.
No, absolutely not. Woodall, he ain't got the link. We ain't sending it to him. Woodall said he hear us in the spirit and he about to log on.
That would be funny.
If I see the name Archbishop Jordan come across this live, the show's over.
Oh yeah, I'm getting off.
The show's over.
I'm telling you right now, I'm getting off.
Are you going to see me go, good night, everyone? Click. That's it.
But listen, Jesse's my friend, but Jesse a little confused.
Jesse's confused, and so is Jason, because both of them are Knicks fans.
Listen,
Jason was about to buy a Knicks jersey the other day.
Yeah, Jason gonna buy the Knicks hoodie.
Yeah.
If y'all love the new opening theme song to the show, that's Jason McCann's. I'm sorry, that's not Jason.
Jason Hendrickson.
That's Jason Hendrickson, who created that theme song for us. So
listen, let me tell you something. Jesse was grew up here in Brooklyn, in New York, right? Am I right?
Yes.
Yes, he is. Yes, he did.
He's a Philly fan who now resides in Texas.
And he's a Cowboys fan.
Who's a Cowboy fan. Enough said.
Clearly, he's smoking crack. That's what it is.
Davey, enough said. He lived in Texas, born in Brooklyn.
Love you, Jess. I'm sorry. I love you.
Born in Brooklyn, who's a Philadelphia 76er fan, but he's not an Eagles fan. He's a Dallas Cowboy fan.
He's a Dallas Cowboys fan. And
I thought Jesse lived in Atlanta.
No, Jesse is in.
See?
Jesse is in Texas.
Butler. I was trying to skirt by that. I was Butler.
Get back on camera, L. Get back on camera.
Davey, you weren't supposed to say. You supposed to go with what I said, Davey.
Y'all gotta warn me on this stuff. Yeah.
You supposed to just nod your head.
You got to prep me.
Oh man, I love this show.
Davey, you supposed to just nod your head. I love when all four are here.
Woodall said that Jesse got a spirit of confusion.
Yes.
No, y'all stop right now. First of all.
Oh my God, Jason! Oh my God!
Send Jason a link. Get Jason on here right now.
We gotta ask him. Are you available? We know you are in Orlando, so are you available?
He should be back. He should be back now. He should be back.
Jason,
did you see what he just said to Ted Morris?
If you're available, shoot me the link, Jay. Shoot me a text, Jay.
Listen, everybody, I apologize. Okay. The show has gone off the rails officially.
Completely off the rails.
Wait. Okay. Jesse lives in Texas. He is en route. He is on his way back to Atlanta.
Yes, he is. I wasn't going to say it though.
He's on his way back to Atlanta. He's doing a great. He has a great ministry, a great marriage ministry that he's.
I've seen it. I'm supposed to go on that. My brother is married to Jesse's sister.
Yes.
So that's my brother.
Donnie is
But
married
but
to
Butler, you forget the
Shawnee.
most important parts. Who's a Dallas fan and a Sixer fan?
Well, Jesse is really a Knicks fan.
Yeah, he is.
He's really a Knicks fan. We
Oh,
told the
I know
story
this.
last week on the show. I told the story last week on the show. I remember when Jesse became a Knicks fan. Jesse became a Knicks fan in Topps Appliance Store on Northern Boulevard when we was watching the NBA draft when Allen Iverson got drafted.
That's when he became a Philly fan.
Next thing I know,
Sixer fan.
Yep.
that's when he became a Philly fan. Next thing I know, Jesse had the Reeboks by Allen Iverson. He threw away his Stackhouse jersey.
Oh,
He
wow.
got an AI jersey. Welcome, Jason Hendrickson.
Praise the Lord, saints.
Oh, Jesus. Help, Lord.
Now, let me just deal with a few things.
Oh, Lord. Come in. Ready
First
to
of
deal with a
all-
few things. Wait.
first of all-
Let me give him a solo screen for that. Go ahead.
Ted Morris, I hope that you get a Charlie horse in your pinky toe and your
What?
bowels are loose for the next 3 days.
What?
Bishop Jason McCann,
Oh, no. Wait.
It's good
You
to
can't
see
come
you.
after the... Okay, there you go.
it's good to see you, Bishop. I come in peace.
Oh, I know you do. I know you coming in peace tonight.
I don't want no problems with the bishop.
Oh, I know you don't tonight. I know.
Because did they tell you the name I gave you?
No, what's the name?
B.A. Baracus.
Oh, yeah. He likened us, the four of
Y'all
us, to
are-
the A team.
Right.
Listen, I pity the fool.
And it's good to see Pastor Davey Wright has risen from the grave. Bless you.
You
Bless
see, he
you,
talking.
friend.
You see, he talking like that now that album is recorded, right?
Oh no.
Oh, it's not over with yet. It's not out yet. It's not out yet.
And them Celtics lost last night.
They sure did.
By them
They
Pacers.
did. But I told y'all.
Are you available Friday night, Jay, before you keep going? Are you available? Because the Knicks play the Celtics Friday night.
Yeah,
In
I don't have
Boston.
nothing Friday night.
All right, so Friday night after the game, we'll be back with this. But go ahead.
Yeah.
In
But I told
Boston,
y'all
by the
guys-
way.
I told y'all guys we were gonna have a great season until Porzingis got hurt. And once he got hurt, I knew this was gonna start happening. And we all knew he actually played longer than I thought he would.
You only saw him getting through the first 2 weeks?
Yeah, I said this guy is so prone to injury, Doc. I don't know, man. I don't know. He too big
First
to
20
get hurt.
games? First
Huh?
20 games?
Listen, man, he too big to get hurt so quick, Doc. It don't make no sense. I think he getting paid under the table. I think here's my theory. Y'all want to hear my theory? I think y'all paid him to get injured.
Oh, come on.
I think y'all did. I think y'all got something to do with it. Because everything that ain't right in the NBA, I blame the Knicks. Everything
Y'all
that's
hired
wrong-
Jeff Van Gundy. We ain't have nothing to do with that.
Oh, let me tell you something. And Mark Jackson is next. We're going to snatch him up too. And we're going to really show y'all what y'all missed out on. But go ahead.
Well, listen, I agree. The Knicks did. I'm very upset with what they did to Mark Jackson. I'm angry. I was just about ready to walk off from the Knicks after
Y'all
that.
are racist. Y'all are
Don't walk
racist.
off.
That's why. We don't want to call it for what it is.
What?
Y'all are racist.
They are.
Racist.
No, we've already said that Dolan is racist. We've readily listen. Dolan. It's been alleged, as Davey Wright would say. It's been alleged.
Alleged.
Dolan is racist.
Can I ask a
I
question?
think that Dolan is classist. I don't think he's racist. I do think he's classist.
No,
That's what I wanted to say.
He's racist.
I don't think he's a racist,
sexist,
y'all.
He's homophobic. He's a Zionist.
What?
and he burns sage. Now they told me some of y'all was burning sage. Now we're gonna talk about that on this here program. Davey Wright, come clean.
I don't burn no sage. If anybody's from Boston, now we know Boston is the home of witchcraft.
Now hold it. No, actually Connecticut is, but but go ahead.
Yeah.
And we know Boston is racist.
Boston is racist.
We never hit it though.
Yes.
We never hit it.
And they somebody told me they put a root on my boy Doobie Powell that he wouldn't grow no taller than 5'3". And it's happened. And they need to reverse this curse.
Yo, Davey White, what's wrong with you, man?
Yeah. This show has gone completely off the rails.
I told you.
It's gone completely.
If it's a lie, Bishop Moore is the one that told us there's witches and warlocks in Connecticut. If it's a lie, Bishop Kenny Moore said it. Before he went to see Jesus, he told me, he said, son, be careful up there in Connecticut. It's witches and warlocks. That's what he said.
I believe it. And I'm still shocked at what the Celtic fans did to Bill Russell. He was their player.
He was the player coach.
And they put crap in his bed. That, you know.
Well, but they said Patrick Ewing did that. That's why he missed that layup.
What?
Lord help us tonight.
And what's that boy? What's that other boy? Charles, not Charles Oakley, the other Charles.
Charles Smith.
The soft one. Yeah, Charles Smith. They said him and Larry Johnson was lovers.
Okay, all right. Thank y'all for joining us tonight. We appreciate
Larry Johnson dress up as grandma.
Once again. That's it. I'm muting them. That's it.
So the Knicks lost tonight. We got pummeled on tonight.
Yeah.
146 to 122.
Right, Bishop Woodall. We about to get banned.
They didn't even play together.
146 to 146. 146 to 122. RJ Barrett with 23 points. Julius Randle with his game of the season, his high of the season of 41 points.
And a very efficient 41 at that. That's the scary
very part. Efficient 41. He was
14 of
11. Yeah, 11 for 12 from the free throw line.
On a serious note, do you think Grimes is going to develop into something?
No.
Who?
Not on this team.
Not on this team.
No.
Remember I was telling you that the other night.
Upside, but yeah.
Remember, Lowhood, I was telling you the other night, I said, I think he's played his course in the starting lineup, man. I think it's time to make that change.
It doesn't look like we got...
Bishop Lowe, have y'all explained what the tournament means as far as who wins and who loses, as far as where they're at in the league now? Have y'all explained
Brunson,
that? Have some people that don't understand what this tournament
actually Lodeho explains it. He explains it actually very thoroughly, and he can explain it again. He can explain it again tonight. Woodhall asked the question. Jalen Brunson had 24 points. Here's what I wanted to say, and I don't know how many times I'm going to have to preach this. We need to see more from Mitchell Robinson. This 2 points from a 7-footer is out of control. I don't understand why they're not dumping the ball down there to him. He's 7 feet. Dump the ball. He can alley-oop it, something.
I don't think they trust him yet.
They don't.
There's no way in the world you don't trust him. There's no way in the world you don't trust him. You gave him the money he asked for.
Yeah,
you gave him the money.
Look how many guys on the Knicks that's getting paid money that they ain't worth.
Ain't nobody on the Knicks getting paid money that they not worth. Julius is getting the money that he was supposed to get.
Jalen Brunson actually underpaid.
Jalen Brunson's underpaid.
Jalen Brunson.
They gave RJ the money that he deserved.
Randall's just now showing up, Doc. Because there was a few.
I don't agree with that. Randall, I don't agree with that.
Last season, we was pissed at him. Not we, y'all was pissed at him.
You said it right. You said it right. No, Randall has bad body language. Randall is not really built for the culture of New York. New York takes a different kind of animal in everything that we do. Music, preaching, everything. It takes a different kind of animal to survive here. But
He
you
didn't.
look
He
at
didn't. He
Randall's
didn't have
numbers.
control over his emotions in LA either.
We're not
He
talking about
gets
LA. We talking
no,
about New York.
we're talking
We
about Julius Randle as a player. When he gets upset or he gets in his bag, he
Well,
doesn't show up, Doc.
But there should be a
Jay,
difference
but
between
Jay,
Julius
we
Randle at
can't.
23 and Julius Randle at 29.
That's
There should be a
one.
difference.
Two. You
We
got to
can't
talk.
say that
You
because
that
is there a difference at LeBron's age now? Then actually, he's
okay?
playing
Hold
better
on.
as the older he
All
gets.
right. Hold on 1 second. Hold on. Julius Randle in LA is you talking about a rookie whose first game he was injured for the rest of the season.
Broke his leg.
First game of the
Right.
season. Okay. After that, he
Yep.
came in, he played a little bit under the shadow of a Kobe Bryant. You're not going to get no good development that way. So let's ship him to New Orleans. In New Orleans, Julius Randle was that dude. I'm not even going to hold you.
He was balling.
He was balling in New Orleans. Then we get him here in New York as a free agent. This is a different animal. New York is a different animal. But to Julius's credit, he's still getting the right numbers. He's not a number one. He's more like a number 2 or number 3 who's getting number 2, number 3 numbers. And they're expecting those number 2, number 3 numbers to translate into number 1 results. Not going to happen. Why? Because he doesn't have a New York. He don't have a killer. He don't have a killer mentality. He's not a killer. Last year, at the end of the game, when he was talking about all I was thinking about was going to my wife and kissing my wife, and you just got smacked on, nah, dude, you don't belong here in New York. He's not
a leader. He's
not a leader. That's it. But to say he's just showing up, he's doing what he's supposed to do. He's doing what he's supposed to do. The problem is that the New York front office brought him in thinking that he would do more than what he is to do. They thought he was going to come in here and bring us to the promised land. Absolutely not. He's not bringing us to the promised land. He doesn't have promised land leadership capability. He don't have it. That's why they went and got Jalen Brunson. And Jalen Brunson became our number 1.
Yeah.
Rightfully so.
And he's performing in the role of that responsibility. So, I'm not mad at that. But is there a reason why Davey Wright wears those glasses on his show and not on this show?
Hendrick said,
This is why they brought me on here, Davey Wright. I'm here to spice it up. Let's go. The people are texting me saying, why does Davey Wright not have
the people
on?
are texting him again.
Yes. They said, why does Davey Wright not have on those?
That's a separate because
I just want to know.
That's a separate brand.
My mother is 76 years old, and she wears those when she drives. Because it keeps the sun out.
Let's get back on topic. Okay, we have a comment from Antoine Hilton. He says, Julius is built for New York. He gives me Oakley vibes. Not so much.
No way.
I know.
If they won, this conversation would have been different. Buckshot.
Antoine Hilton, what game were you watching?
Perfectly.
Nah, I disagree. I disagree, Antoine, because if you watch our other shows, we kill Randall even when we win. We kill Randall for sport around here. We really don't want him here. Let's just be honest. We don't want Julius Randle. He should not be wearing the number 30.
Julius Randle was NBA Player of the Week last week, and we killed
him 3
times last week.
I don't agree with y'all with the killing of Julius Randle.
All 3 shows last week, we killed him.
This man is putting up the numbers. He's putting up numbers. You ain't gonna get 25 and 10 from 25 and 10 and walking around everywhere.
No. Wait, hold on, Jay. I agree with you, Davey. The issue is not Randall's numbers. The issue is his attitude and his ability to survive in what we affectionately call the concrete jungle. This is the concrete jungle, the mecca of basketball. He is not a killer, but he's getting killer money. That is a front office issue. We constantly give money to players who are not qualified to get that kind of money. You're not supposed to give nobody $100 million if they can't get you to the third round of the playoffs. They shouldn't get that kind of money at all, under no circumstance. Nobody should get $100 million if Nike or Puma didn't give them at least $85 million. I'm dead serious. If they ain't got a signature sneaker deal, don't give them that money.
Julius got to deal with Skechers.
Who?
Why did y'all lose? Why did y'all lose tonight?
Because we got
lost tonight. We lost tonight because our defense. No, our defense was Swiss cheese because we still scored 120 something points, which is normally 122 points, which is normally
enough for this Knicks team to win.
That allows you to win, but not when the other team is scoring 146. How did they score 146?
You shoot 60% from three.
We got to round up to
100% from three.
146 points.
Let
they
that teams don't shoot 60% for a game as a team.
No.
And
I'm gonna tell you why we lost tonight.
From three.
I'm gonna tell you why we lost tonight. We lost tonight because Milwaukee's sliders were all the way at 99. You don't play NBA 2K. They was playing NBA 2K. 146 is 2K numbers.
Yeah, that's not realistic.
With 5 created players all at 99.
And one to your point, Butler, and I know McCants got to jump in.
McCants want to jump in, right?
We can't really dump that ball into Mitchell Robinson because we don't. All we see him do is alley-oops. He need to develop a hook. He need to develop a little post game.
I saw tonight. Mitch doesn't have good hands.
He got to develop something around the rim other than just a lob, and that's all he's got. So we can't throw it in there.
Right. Okay. That was my point I was going to make. Hartenstein has a better game around.
He has better hands. Right. Yeah.
Than Robinson does. I mean, he developed in the offseason. You see, he can do a hook shot with either hand now. He didn't have that last year. He went in the offseason and worked on his game. Randall, my other point is with Randall, we keep talking about these numbers. Let's not forget, and I'm going to go back down memory lane to make my point. Stephon Marbury is a career 20.8 assist player in the NBA for his career. Okay, that's exactly where I'm going. But he's not a winning player. Just because you're putting up numbers does not classify you as a winner. It doesn't mean that. Because, again, you look at you, if you just go based on numbers, Stephon Marbury, again, 20 points, 8 assists. He averaged that in his NBA career. That's not slouch numbers as a point guard.
He didn't learn how to become a winning player till he got to China.
But this
and
is
learned
what
how
I'm
to
saying.
truly be a leader of a team.
And Randall is not a leader of a team. He's a piece on a team, but he's not a leader on a team.
Randall would never be my alpha. Yeah.
My third point is we keep talking about these numbers, Dave. Let's look. If we peel back the skin on this, when are these numbers coming? Are they coming in the clutch? Are they coming in clutch time?
First
How
half.
many turnovers is he getting in the clutch?
No,
that's
the reality is when the Knicks need a basket late in games and a close game, they're going to Brunson.
Exactly. That's my point. They're going to Brunson. They're not going to Julius in the clutch.
But Ted makes a great point, and me and Ted rarely agree on anything. But I would start Hartenstein too. I would definitely have him starting.
I don't know about that because Mitch is leading the league in offensive rebounding.
I like Hartenstein with the second unit because of the size of the second unit and because it's a bunch of shooters. Hartenstein is the speed of the second unit. And they play faster. And Hartenstein is an elite passing big. He's an elite passing big. So
you think he would be fast for the starting five?
No, because in the starting five, you don't need that because the ball is dominated by Randall and Brunson in the starting five.
And RJ.
Right, and RJ. The second unit, the first unit plays more pick and roll. That second unit plays more motion. So they're moving a lot more in the second unit. So Hartenstein getting that high post, and he can pretty much run the offense through him because he's going to find the open shooter. And using Hartenstein there is better. Hartenstein in that first unit would just clog things up because he's going to look to make the best pass, and Julius is going to pout because he didn't get the ball.
What I think they should do is move Grimes and either put DiVincenzo in there or Hart in that slot.
But at this point, if you're going to do that, then I feel like you bury Grimes at this point. And I don't mean that you shouldn't. I mean, then just go ahead and bury him because he doesn't fit in the second unit either.
Well, listen, it's a hole out there with him out there now. Now he's becoming a liability.
Because the other thing is with that second unit, all four wings on that second unit, other than Hartenstein, can handle the ball and bring the ball up. That's not Grimes' forte. So you'll remove some of your ball handling if you put Grimes in the second unit. You'll get better defensively, but you're going to take away some of your offense because Josh Hart's going to rebound and push the ball. DiVincenzo's going to rebound and push the ball. Quick's going to rebound and push the ball. Grimes ain't going to do that. So you're gonna end up slowing your offense down in the second unit if you do that.
Well, something got to give with him. Man.
I agree, and I think it's time.
He's 5 for 27 right now from 3. He's 5 for 27.
It's time to trade him for DeRozan.
But I don't know if we missed our window with that. And now he may not be worth a bag of basketballs now.
I'd rather see McBride out there than Grimes right now.
Me too. I agree. Anybody but
give him a shot.
I'd like to see Deuce get a chance. Deuce is a pest. He's an elite defender, and he has shown that he's not afraid. Because see, I don't have a problem with Deuce because Deuce ain't afraid to put up shots. Sometimes Grimes makes me mad because he's afraid to shoot.
Well, wouldn't you be if you look it over your shoulder? I'd be afraid too.
But that's why I appreciate Deuce because Deuce don't care. If you're gonna yank me, you're gonna yank me. But if I'm open, I'm shooting the ball.
Yes,
but when Grimes shoots, he gets pulled.
5 points a game. I'll be afraid to shoot too.
Yes, I'll be afraid to shoot because you know Tibbs is coming for you.
But that's one of the biggest issues with the Knicks, other than in the first unit, other than the second unit. If you're a guy that Tibbs doesn't necessarily trust, and like you said, if you shoot, you're gonna get yanked. You can see the fluidity in other teams' role players because they have the comfortability to know if they get an open look and miss it, it's not the end of the world. Their coach is not going to pull them. So they shoot. They shoot with confidence. And tonight was a night where all their role players were making it for Milwaukee. They were making even that ugly Cam Johnson shooting. That is the ugliest three-point shot in the history of basketball.
It's very awkward.
Campaign. It's about
campaign. Yeah, campaign.
Horrible.
Very awkward.
Horrible. I'm watching them shoot. Like, how does that go in? Like, that's ugly.
Yeah, it's very awkward.
He got a shot like Jesse Moore.
Wow. Why y'all attacking my man Jesse? Stop that.
Jesse was on here with us the other night.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Jesse was on here the other night.
He can shoot. He can shoot the basketball. It just was an ugly shot.
It's a weird shot.
Looked like sin.
Antoine Grimes is not even the fourth option. He's there to defend the wing. But here's my point with that. Yes, he's there to defend the wing. But what do you do in the first half when you see he's not doing a good job? Dame was just on today. At what point do you say, you know what? This isn't working. Let me get another shooter in here. Because this is going to be a track meet tonight.
Right. That's what I was going to say. You got to know you got to get a read and say, hey, this is not going to be a defensive struggle tonight. I knew this show
was not going to happen until we start talking about those adjustments that the coach never made. It was bound to happen.
Come on, at some point you've got to go there.
It was bound to happen.
I can't totally kill Tibbs for tonight, but that is one adjustment that
We've
I watched
been
in
on
the first half, and I put it in the chat. I said, at this point, you got to yank Grimes. He's not giving you anything. You got to put Devo in there. You got to put Josh Hart in there. Get somebody else in there that's at least going to make a shot. That's going to make the defense be honest and spread the floor a little bit more, so Julius or RJ or Brunson will have some room to work. Because they're not guarding Mitchell Robinson. If you got two guys out of your five that they're not guarding, you can't win that way.
But
I think RJ
shots,
is hurt too, man. I think RJ is hurt. I think
he's not 100%. He's not 100%.
Yeah,
even
I think he's playing hurt.
Shots, Doc. He's 6'5". He should be banging them boards.
Who's this?
Grimes. He should be getting more. He got one.
He should be.
He's getting
but
maybe
they got
2
him playing
rebounds
the
a
wing
game.
players. They got him playing the wing on defense, so that's why he's not getting any rebounds. He's out
Grimes
there
is
guarding
giving
the wing.
us absolutely nothing. Nothing. Nothing.
You're right, Antoine. He's not going to get a rhythm like that. But in the starting lineup, he doesn't have a rhythm anyway. So if he's going to be your defensive stopper, bring him off the bench.
I would definitely put Grimes coming off the bench.
That's why I say you either put Josh Hart in there or DiVincenzo.
I know Ted ain't talking about no shooting.
He coming for you, Dave.
Davey, are any of y'all playing Thursday night?
I'm playing Thursday night.
You know,
Whitehead playing Thursday night, y'all.
I'm making a cameo appearance. That's all I'm gonna say.
Oh, good.
Wait, what's happening?
I bet you Ted ain't playing.
They got the pastors and musicians versus the police.
Oh, that's
basketball game.
Oh, that's gonna be good.
That's gonna be.
Where's this taking place at?
On Bedford Avenue, somewhere in Brooklyn.
Somewhere.
Yeah,
I'm going for 30. I'm going for 30 points.
You going for 30?
You going for 30, Davey?
Yeah, I'm going for 30.
You going for 30 what?
30 points.
You going for 30 points?
Yeah.
I wish I lived in New York so I could go live from that game.
Yeah, I'm gonna drop 30.
I would do a show right from the sideline.
That's funny.
We playing the musicians. The musicians
there.
We playing the musicians. These new musicians, they half of them are high anyway. They ain't gonna be right.
So it's the pastors versus the musicians.
Yeah, and then the winner out of that play the NYPD. And half these musicians, they run up and down the court twice with that weed in their lungs. They ain't got a chance.
What else? So he gonna come and go live for me. Go ahead, please, Bishop. Go ahead, go to that game and go live, and then bring me on.
Did you see that comment Keisha Carter put up?
Right now, of Davey Wright, nobody else.
What? Right? Keisha Carter said you can't even do 30 free throws. The shots are being fired tonight.
And she's a LeBron fan, you know.
Did you see what she put up before that? She said she hoped there's nurses at that game.
Yes, here's that comment.
I'm thinking.
What about what LeBron? She's a LeBron fan, you know.
Wait, is Keisha the girl that go to your church, Davey?
No, she go to Bishop White Church out there in Long Island.
Let me tell you,
there's a girl that go to your church who saw me in the supermarket one day and said, "I'm not talking to you." I said, "Why?" She said, "Cause you a Knicks fan," and said, "I go to Davey Wright Church. Y'all Knicks fans, I don't like y'all," and walked away.
Oh God!
She's under the oil. Under the oil.
They try to have me remove as pastor for being a Knicks fan.
Lord,
writing letters.
Lord help us.
Tell him it won't work.
It won't work.
Oh man, I'm sorry, I'm missing this. I would be there doing commentary from the sidelines. That would be fun.
Let me tell y'all. Have y'all ever seen Keisha Carter in person?
Yes.
Man, listen. Can I tell y'all a funny story?
Oh God!
I'm nervous.
She's on
very
here.
Nervous.
I know she's on here.
He knows, but I'm still nervous.
I know she's on here. So,
are we in favor of letting Jason tell his story?
I don't know.
I'm gonna say it one more time. She's on here.
That's my homie. That's my homie.
She taking shots here.
No, Keisha, don't do that.
And she doing it.
I said this before, but me and Keisha, we became friends, right, or whatever. So we talking online or whatever, and I saw her. I'd never seen Keisha before in person, so I'm I'm up there at Bettina Penning's concert, and I see Keisha in the audience, and you see all the pretty girls in the audience. You do a little.
I got the mute ready, Woodall. I got the mute ready just in
you
case
do a little
go
razzle
left.
dazzle, whatever. And so I call myself showing off for Keisha, right? I'm like, oh, Keisha Carter's here. Da 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 da. Doc, I get out the pulpit. I go up to Keisha. I say, hey, Keisha, how you doing? She stood up, Doc.
She's tall.
Reverend, I felt like a midget, Doc.
She used to play ball back in the day. She used to ball.
And at center, 7 feet from Georgetown.
Doc, she stood up. I said, oh my God.
Keisha, how tall are you?
Keisha, she's gorgeous, but
6'5".
She got to be at least 6'4", 6'5". Got to be. And that.
Stop laughing, Keisha. Tell us how tall you are.
She might be from the tribe of Philistine.
And she's a LeBron fan. You saw LeBron had that coach kicked out the other night.
Keisha said she's only 6 feet tall.
No, Keisha, come on, Keisha.
Don't get me started about that nonsense about Udoka and LeBron.
You should ask us that with heels or without heels.
That's gotta be without. That's gotta be without. Was she wearing heels
she
that
loves
night?
to wear heels. She wears heels too.
So that's probably what it is. So if she's 6 feet tall and she's wearing a 5-inch heel, then she was 6'5" that night. Yes.
Exactly. That's what I'm telling y'all. She wears the spice, y'all. She wears the spice.
Jason, she said you're just 5'6". That's why.
No, I'm not. I'm 5'11". And when she stood up, I said, "Hey, Keisha, how you doing?"
Right,
I got a lady at my church. She's 6'8". She be up there. All the men be getting on ladders to clean the fans. She just go up there and just do it by no ladder. Sister White, she's a trustee from the church.
What?
6'7".
Wow.
Keisha's cool people though. She's good people. Good people.
So Keisha is 6 feet without heels. So yeah, with heels.
She know her. She
heels
loves
that night.
sports.
Jason met you. You 6'5". So
yeah,
she loves sports. That's what I love about her. She's into her sports.
I challenged her last year, and she proved that she was a Miami Heat fan even before LeBron got there.
That sound like Woodall. Woodall was a Miami Heat fan before LeBron got there too.
I was very impressed. I said, "Okay, cool."
Said she loves ball.
Basketball.
You gotta be
all right. Okay, see, I'm getting off now.
On that note, everyone. On that note,
you got to be very careful on this.
Good night. Good night.
This is the year of pause. This is the season of pause.
Thank y'all for joining. The Knicks lose tonight.
He got that sword out.
Here comes the sword.
Come on, Voltron, form blazing sword.
We go on Voltron tonight? What's
Come
happening?
Come on, Voltron.
Look at Davey.
We still want to talk about Boston, Jason.
Wait a minute. Let me get my weapon out.
What is that?
From my
Bishop Woodall, I hated that Miami team. I hated Tim Hardaway and Dan Marley and Vashawn Leonard. I hated that team.
Oh, they was troublemakers, Reverend.
I hated that team. I couldn't stand Vashawn Leonard.
Vashawn Leonard. Oh my
God. Vashawn
Leonard.
I hated him.
He was a problem, Doc.
PJ Brown.
And Eric Murdoch. Remember him too. Don't forget about Eric Murdoch. I hated that team.
Tim Hardaway.
Remember this with Eric Murdoch?
Yep.
They were troublemakers.
Y'all know I'm painting now, right?
I'm with Bishop McCants. As a Knicks fan, the Miami Heat are the bane of my existence.
Yo, I couldn't stand that Alonzo Mourning team, man.
For me, even more so than Jordan's Bulls, because those Bulls had Jordan. And the Miami Heat were not better than us.
I couldn't stand Mourning. I couldn't stand Marley. I didn't like
Marley, PJ Brown.
PJ Brown. I didn't like I did not like none of them.
Vashawn Leonard.
I remember like
Mashburn.
yesterday when P.J. Brown picked up Charlie Ward and flipped him in the air.
And
And
that was
cost
nice because Charlie Ward
and
is
the
saying,
league cost us that series because we was gonna win the championship that year too.
We was
and
gonna beat the Bulls that year. We was gonna beat them.
Suspended half of our team for game 6 and the other half for game 7.
And they changed the
Where they
rules
do
after
that
that.
at? Yeah.
he needs to repent because Charlie Ward got the Holy Ghost.
But let me tell y'all,
He does. That he
let me
does.
tell y'all something. That game 6 in the Garden, the Knicks were leading the whole way until the last 3 minutes of the fourth quarter.
3 minutes,
Tim
yeah.
Hardaway went off.
And there was no Charlie Ward to check him.
Yeah.
Because Charlie Ward did a great job on him in that series.
But Starks and Oakley had them playing till the last 3 minutes of the game.
Yeah, because there was no Patrick. We lost half the starting lineup for one game and the other half of the starting lineup for the other game. It was terrible. Woodall say he would have flipped Charlie Ward too.
Don't forget they had Jamal Mashburn too. I couldn't stand him either.
Yeah.
I like Jamal Mashburn in college.
Yeah, I couldn't stand
In the
that
other
kid.
game, in the league, Phoenix is playing LA. LA
Yeah,
is
I'm
a
watching
1
it.
seed. LA is a 1 seed, and Anthony Davis is still on the court. He's got 20 points at the first half. LeBron's got 14. LA is winning 59-47. Looks like they might.
We will talk about Boston on Friday. Y'all tune in Friday after that game. We will talk about Boston on
Now,
Friday.
why are the Knicks playing Boston? That's what I don't understand. What's going on?
Because
Okay.
it's a
There you
knockout.
go.
It's
There you go.
knockout
Here we
round.
go. Here we go. Go ahead.
So the way the in-season tournament works, obviously they had the 6 groups, 3 in each conference. The 4 teams that got out of each group, obviously the teams still have to get to 82 games. So the league put together a schedule initially that only had 76 games in each of the NBA teams because everybody was going to be in this in-season tournament. The teams that were knocked out tomorrow and on Friday, they will be playing against each other. The league has now pitted those teams against each other. The teams that made the quarterfinals, in order to make up the games that needed to be added, tonight would have been game number 77 for each of one of those teams. Obviously, the losers of those are out of the knockout tournament, but they still need to make up 4 more games. So the league has those 2 teams playing each other on Friday night. So that's happening in both conferences. Though what's going to happen is those 2 teams will play each other, and then when those 2 teams in the semifinals lose, the teams that lose the semifinals will play a consolation game against each other to round out their schedule and get to 82. The championship game of the tournament will be game number 83 and will be the one game that will not count in the standings at all. It will only be for the NBA Cup. So these extra games are to round out the schedule, which is why the Knicks, by virtue of being 4th in the Eastern Conference for the in-season tournament, ended up getting Milwaukee for what will be a 5th time this year. Because they're playing. The crazy thing is the Knicks will play Milwaukee 4 times before January 1st, which is unheard of. Because we opened the season against them, and we played them early in the season. We played at the beginning of the in-season tournament. We played them tonight, and we'll play them 2 times at the Garden, 2 days before Christmas and Christmas Day, and then there'll be 1 more game against them in March. The worst part, and I was saying this before all of you came on to L, the worst part is the Knicks had the worst possible scenario that could have happened. They finished 4th, which means they got Milwaukee. And by virtue of Boston losing yesterday and the Knicks losing today, the Knicks get Boston for a 5th time this year on Friday.
I was going to say the Knicks are going to be playing Boston 5 times this year also.
And you'll appreciate this, Bishop McCants. The reason why it's bad for the Knicks is, if you recall last year, the difference between 5th and 7th
1 game.
was 1 game.
1 game.
And you've got 2 games against the best teams in your conference. If the Knicks miss out and have to fall into a play-in by 1 game, it's going to be because of one of these games.
Yeah. Wow.
Well, I'm going to tell you right now, I think it's a great possibility that that's going to happen.
Yeah. That's why it was the worst-case scenario for the Knicks. This was the absolute worst-case scenario.
Because
Yeah, they
after
should have got
losing
knocked out
tonight,
instead of making that wild card.
After losing tonight, they know they ain't getting the cup. They ain't gonna have no enthusiasm to play Friday.
I think they will because I'm hoping Tibbs is letting them know this game is very important toward our regular season goal, which is not to finish 1 through 7. Is not finish 7 through 10.
Right.
The goal
Right
has
now,
to be
right
to
now
finish in
they're
the top
6th,
6.
right? Right now they're number 6 in the.
They're
in the
6th
East.
right now. That's correct. They're 6th right now. What else said? What I do? Wiretap? No. I you know me. I'm a savant where it comes to this stuff. I love the back. I love understanding the nuances of how things work, how systems work.
Lono is the brains behind all of this.
I love.
I told y'all he's Hannibal from the A team.
I'll take it. Like I said, I'll take it. Hannibal is one of my favorite characters. But I like knowing how those things work. And that's true, Jason. I love when a plan comes together. So I need to understand the systems.
What made them institute this tournament this year?
Because the NBA's viewership, because this is all about money, there's a new TV deal coming next year, and it's all about viewership. The NBA's viewership before Christmas Day was in the toilet.
Yeah.
Because you got
still
football
watching
going
football.
on. Football's going on, and especially getting into the beginning of December, playoff seedings are starting to come in. So they had to do something to draw them away from football, from college football, from the beginning of the college basketball season, because college basketball has a lot of preseason tournaments in December. So this was designed to try to pull those early season viewers in and make it more interesting for them and give the players something to play for, because this will be also early season is where you get a lot of teams that are resting players, and you get a whole lot of all of this load management and the crap that goes on that they're all trying to get rid of. So that's why they changed the load management rules. They put in this in-season tournament, and hey, they got what they desire because they're hoping to get big money, because now the streamers are going to be involved at the next TV deal. Let me put it in perspective for you. The MLS, Major League Soccer, got $1 billion from Amazon. Soccer got $1 billion from Amazon. What do you think? So the NBA is like, soccer got $1 billion. We getting $5 billion.
Right.
Wow.
If soccer
And the players
got $1 billion,
the players they're going to get more money next year for this tournament.
Oh God, yes.
Right now they're only getting $500,000. I mean, I'm saying only, but
listen,
they're getting $500,000.
$500,000 for doing your job, because ultimately these games are still regular season games. These games still count in the standings. You're getting an extra $500,000 for winning regular season games.
And the key to this whole thing, the cup is being played in Vegas. This gambling on these is legal now. It's crazy.
Listen, when was the last time you saw TNT putting the over-unders on parlays on the side of the screen?
On the screen during the game.
You never saw that. That the league is setting it. They're going big into Vegas. They're going to put a team in Vegas next year along with a team in Seattle. The NBA is getting ready to move into a ridiculous stratosphere in terms of money.
Listen,
and Adam Silver is like, we getting all this money.
Vegas is about to become a big sports market with teams. They already got the Raiders. They already got the WNBA out there. The A's have just left Oakland. They're coming
and heading to Vegas.
The
Oakland A's. They left. They're coming to Vegas, and now the NBA is about to put a NBA team there. Vegas is going to be, and they got a hockey team. Don't forget.
All right, El's got a hot take.
Hot take.
Hot take. Let's hear it.
I'm moving to Vegas.
No, you ain't. You. It's too hot for you, Butler.
You can't go. Yeah, you can't go to Vegas. No, absolutely.
You would only come outside at night.
And that's
the time to come outside in Vegas.
That's true.
Some of them folks at the Stellar
out
Awards.
there at night.
At the Stellar Awards, them ladies' face was melting. Their makeup was melting on. You should have seen them. They was all trying to get on their iPhones, but the phone didn't recognize them because the makeup was. It was bad.
Hold up. This is a very good point by Antoine. And you want to know the irony of the fact that Vegas has the Sphere? You know who owns it?
Dolan.
Dolan owns it. It's on the Knicks jersey. You see it on the jersey.
That's not true, Keisha Carter.
Keisha say not holy in
Lolo's
Vegas.
Lolo's chicken and waffle spot is
Holy.
holy.
The
Come
Lord
on.
is there.
Come on. God resides there.
Jesus,
God resides
Jesus
God-
is at Lolo's.
God resides there.
there.
Yes.
He does.
Jesus is at Lolo's. I
I-
promise you.
And In-N-Out Burger resides there too. The Holy Ghost resides there too. In-N-Out Burger.
Oh yes.
It's some really good places to eat in Vegas. All
Come on,
jokes
y'all.
aside.
Let's go to Vegas. Let's plan a trip to Vegas, y'all. Let's plan a trip to Vegas.
NBA Summer League, July 7th through the 17th next year. I've already checked it.
Listen, I love Vegas. Y'all already know. I done been out there 3 times this year.
Listen, I done gave y'all the dates. July 7th through the 17th. Pick 5
McCann,
games.
you've been out there 3 times this year?
This year.
This year. He's serious.
You know, he got a church he covering out there though.
Got to be.
So one of those times don't
Good
count.
save. Good save.
One of those times don't count. He was out there doing missionary work. He was doing the business of the Lord. The harvest is right out there. The harvest is right out there.
If I was covering the church in Vegas, I'd be out there a couple times a month too.
Let me tell y'all, it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing.
You know,
Gregory Heflin said never been to Vegas.
Sir, you got it. You got to come on to Vegas.
That's where
it's a beautiful.
Sounds like the Christian version of Hangover.
Nah.
Let me say this to you right now. These are not drunk as you suppose.
Hey, Davey, ain't that where Lily and Lloyd is at now too?
She sure is.
Oh, she moved to Vegas. Okay.
She moved to Vegas. She pastoring out there, you know.
Really?
No.
Really? Okay. All-Star
The
games
cost
in
of living,
this year,
the cost of living is so affordable out there, y'all.
It is. I just can't take that heat though, Doc.
It's very hot.
But this time of the year, it's nice though. It's beautiful out there this time of the year.
Like if you late October to like now, it's not too hot. It's
But I'm telling you, the cost of living. See, our folks don't know it though, but the cost of living out there is better. Everybody running to Atlanta. The cost of living is better in Vegas, way better in Vegas.
It's true.
My friend David Blakely lives out there too.
The New Yorkers get there because it was in Atlanta until the New Yorkers got there.
David Blakely, he plays keys. He live out there.
Yeah,
he live in Vegas.
And the only reason he still got the Jerry curl every time he was here regular, that heat hit it, so he just leave it.
He got Jerry curls and he still wear Cazal.
What?
Yes.
Sure do.
Doc, when I was in Vegas a couple of months ago, Blakely came and took me to lunch, Doc. He came, he had Jerry curls and Cazals. I said, "Unc, what you doing, Doc?"
That's what he do.
He said, "Nephew, I'm just chilling." I said, "Oh my God."
He still wear Gazelle.
And that nigga can still he play an organ though. Good God.
Yes, he can. God knows.
What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas.
So July 7th, what is it? July 7th
July
to what?
7th through the 17th will be NBA Con and the NBA Summer League. All games from the Summer League are played at the Thomas and Mack Center as well as the Pavilion, which is right next door. Like you don't have to leave the building. Like you stay in the air conditioning and you just go back and forth between both of them. You buy one ticket and you watch games all day.
Thomas and Mack is right outside the airport. It's right there.
Yep. Like literally, you come out the airport, literally come around, and before you hit Vegas Boulevard, you hit the go past UNLV. Yeah.
Yep. It's right there.
It's right there.
It's
so let's go. I'm with it. Let's go.
I'm with it. They already got packages on NBA.com for NBA Con, which will get you tickets into the Thomas Mack Center, and then at the MGM Grand they have NBA Con, which is the NBA convention, where they have shoot around. You can do shoot arounds with NBA stars. It's gonna be a lot of fun.
We going to what?
That'd be nice.
You ain't gotta ask. You already know you ain't gotta ask me. That I'm planning to go anyway. So are y'all joining me? Because I'm going.
Keisha Carter said y'all ain't going.
I was there last year.
I go to Summer League every year. I missed Summer League this year only because of my work schedule, but I go to Summer League every year. So, no, I'll be calling him from Summer League.
If I'm not on vacation,
and McBride, I actually live streamed one of the L was saying I was pirating. I live streamed the Knicks Lakers game from my seats in the Thomas and Mack Center because I had great seats.
Listen, if If I'm not
I'm there.
okay,
So
I'm down. I'm down.
I'm down too. I got a spot out there. So yeah, we good.
The Suns came back, Keisha. Uh-oh.
Yeah, let me take a look at this score, y'all.
It's tied. It's tied. 61-61.
a lot of points being scored tonight.
Mm-hmm.
lot of points.
Well, y'all
There's
gotta
no
remember-
defense
y'all gotta-
in the in-season tournament.
We got to be careful with this in-season tournament too, because if LeBron wins this, they're gonna try to say, "Oh, this ain't the real championship, Carter," because they're gonna use this as a GOAT status. This is not no GOAT status for LeBron if they win this cup.
No, not at all. Not at all.
Well, now, Davey, right? You gotta admit the way that this guy's performing at this age, it's not normal, brother.
I told y'all, LeBron is being investigated for PED, but he's really on crack.
What?
That's crack. I told you, that is crackhead strength and crackhead speed.
He's being investigated for Puffy. What you say?
No, PED.
Whoa! Whoa! Whoa!
Okay,
Whoa!
I am definitely getting those now.
Hendrickson, no, absolutely not.
Listen, no. Listen to me.
I ain't say nothing about no
He is
Puffy.
not getting the $30 million that he lost to Cassie from us.
I thought my brother said he was being investigated for P. Diddy. What you say, Mike?
PED.
P. Diddy. What?
PEDs, performance
Performance
enhancing
PEDs.
drugs.
Steroids. Oh,
Performance
that's what he
enhancing
meant.
drugs.
Performance enhancing
First of all,
drugs.
Steroids.
First of all,
Oh,
first of
okay,
all,
I got
first
it.
of all,
I got
wait,
it.
let me say this. First of all, from the time LeBron came in the league, every year he was spending $2 million on his body.
On his body.
Right.
Working out, strengthening. His diet is ridiculous. He doesn't eat the stuff that we eat.
Correct.
Sleep chamber.
He is a 40. He has a sleep chamber,
He
all of
sleeps in the
that.
sleep chamber.
The dude, his body, I don't know what, I mean, well, when you're a billionaire, there's all kinds of access to science that you have. Just ask Magic Johnson.
His wife
Absolutely.
sleeps in the sleep chamber with him in the thing.
I don't think
I don't
so,
think
but
Savannah
I'm
sleeps
sure.
in there.
But I'm sure he's got enough money to get one big enough for him.
I believe it.
But his body, the doctor. I saw an interview the other day where because they was questioning like how is he able to perform like that at this age, and the doctor said there are medical breakthroughs in sciences that you'll be able to have a body, your body will be able to function like a 25-year-old at 45. I say that to say this. When I got sick back in July, the first thing the doctor asked me was, did you ever play sports? Was you ever an athlete? I said, yes. She said, here's what you got to do.
Yep.
Just start doing what you used to do
Mm-hmm.
when you was playing basketball
Yep.
or when you was playing football years ago. And your body, the memory muscles and your body will start to, it'll start to reverse and things will start kicking in. This dude has taken care of his body in such a way. He don't eat fried foods.
He has to be abstinent as well.
I doubt that.
I don't know if he's abstinent.
God.
I
doubt that. But he really takes care of his body. So I say that to say this, Davey. I've never been the one to say greatest of all time. I will say greatest of a time. Right? This dude, first of all, he's gonna the points record is going to be here until our great grandkids. Forever. Luka Doncic is never gonna break it, and he's scoring at a high clip. Nobody's breaking that. That's here forever.
Bro, KD is not gonna catch him. Just think about that.
Not gonna catch it. Not gonna catch the minutes record that he has now. It's the minutes record. Thank you, Keisha. It's good training. Like, he works on his body. He ain't on no drugs. They'd have found that out a long time ago if he was on PEDs.
What's going to close this argument is if he keeps performing at this high level for the next 2 years and Bronny comes in the league and he goes, because at that point, he'll take salary cuts and all that just to go play with his son. If he wins the championship with Bronny, we don't even got to talk about it no more.
Well, I think you're reaching. And the reason why I say no, and I understand your point. I get it. And it sounds like a really good thing to say. And in some circles, it may even be a logical thing to say. However, he's not the greatest of all time.
Bro,
Bill Russell won 8 championships in a row.
Yeah, he did. But look at the rules. Look at the rules they played under back then.
Here's the thing now. If you start talking about the change of the rules, then you're also talking about the change of a culture. You definitely can't give it to them then, because the greatest of all time, those dudes played when people was taking your head off down in the box.
Yeah.
You was not coming in the hole with a James Worthy in there, with an Anthony Mason in there, with a Charles Oakley in there. It was different. So I will say LeBron is a greatest of a time, the time that we live in. This last 20-something years that he's been playing, nobody's touching him. Nobody is touching him. I do not believe, however, he would have been able to survive in the Detroit bad boys of Detroit days.
No. He's too much of a flopper.
Okay?
You can't give him the last 20 years, Butler. But them first 10 years, Kobe was running it.
Okay, I'll give you that, Davey.
The first 10 years of LeBron's career, the NBA still belongs to Kobe.
I'll give you that. I will give you that hands down. I won't even argue that. But 10 years is a long time to have a reign.
It is.
10 years is a long time to have a reign, especially in the NBA. Like, that's a long time. That's a long time. Generations turn in 4 or 5 years. If you ain't doing what you're supposed to do in 4 or 5 years in the NBA, you're considered a wash. And you're going to play in the Big Three.
Well, the thing, his story ain't over yet. His story ain't over yet, man.
Antoine. Antoine said he's not. Antoine says, hold on, Jay. Antoine says he's not winning anymore. I think I would want to agree with that. Do I say he's not going to ever go to the finals again? I'm not sure I'm willing to say that. Who's the greatest of all time? I don't think there is a greatest of all time for the NBA. The NBA is 75 years old. I don't think there's a greatest of
the 80s, 90s, 1000s.
Yeah.
That's how it got to be.
I really honestly don't think there's a greatest. I don't think there's a greatest of all time. A greatest of all time? No way.
That's why the NBA did their top 50 in 50 years, and then 25 years later, they added 25 more people to that list.
75. Like, I mean, come on. Like,
it was Kareem until LeBron just broke his record. Kareem
was never the greatest of all time. Kareem was not the greatest of all time. He was just the person who scored the most points.
Because
he was not the greatest of
up until that
time.
point, he was the only superstar that had like the longest career. Because again, remember, Kareem played over 20 years, so of course he got to that many points.
Yeah. Let me ask you this. Where do you think Michael Jordan's numbers would be without that 2.5-year retirement, without that other 2.5-year retirement before he came back with Washington? Where do you think Mike's numbers would be? Matter of fact, if Mike doesn't retire or get suspended from the league after that first repeat, they win 9 championships in a row probably.
So a mathematician actually extrapolated that out. I got to go find the clip because I actually watched it on YouTube a couple weeks ago. Basically, he said if you compare apples to apples and Jordan plays the same amount of years as LeBron, Jordan at year 21 would have put the scoring record so far out of reach, even LeBron probably would not have caught him.
Far out of reach.
Playing at the same level. Because again,
this
LeBron has played at this high level. So if
Jordan 32 points a game.
Right, for 20 years.
Average 32 points a game.
For 20 years.
Average. He
Jordan came
averaged
off the couch and went to Washington and still averaged 20 and 7.
he scored 90-something points in 2 games as a 40-year-old.
Jordan at 39 on a bad leg led the Washington Wizards to the playoffs.
That's crazy. That's crazy. So I'm greatest of all time. We can't give that title to nobody, because even when you have the Michael Jordan conversation, you got to start talking about Dr. J. You got to start talking about Elgin Baylor. You got to start talking about all these other guys.
Keisha's rolling her eyes at us.
She's a Jordan fan.
Right. She's a LeBron fan.
No, she's a LeBron
She's a
fan.
LeBron fan.
She's a LeBron fan.
She's a LeBron fan. Okay, so I mean, Keisha, you obviously believe LeBron is the greatest of all time, and you're entitled to that opinion. I do. You're entitled. Absolutely. You're entitled to that opinion. But let's look at basketball on a whole scope. There's no way that you could call anybody a greatest of all time. Look at the word usage, all time.
And that's the thing, man. If you look at these 24 and 25-year-old kids today, they don't know an NBA without LeBron.
No.
He's been in the league since they were born. That's all they know is LeBron. So
Keisha,
this generation,
I would totally agree. Keisha. He is the greatest of this era. There ain't nobody. No, hands down. And I would even venture off to say, if Mike started his career at the same time LeBron started his career, what's that, 2002?
Yep.
You would see it would be a totally different story.
You'll see Antoine Hilton.
That's good. That's a good question.
I have an unpopular opinion and Keisha's gonna really hate me for this. Quite honestly, LeBron.
That's a big question right there.
It is a big question.
What is LeBron the best at?
I could tell you.
LeBron was not even the best player in his rookie class, but I digress.
No. LeBron is the best player at comprising teams.
Comprising teams.
He is going to
general manager.
He's the best GM. He's the best. I don't know. Lately, he hasn't done a very good job with the Lakers.
Listen to me. My man gonna put together a team that's gonna win it. My man gonna put together a team that's gonna win it. And guess what? Every time he's done it, he did it. They won.
And I give him this load hope. I'm gonna let you let me know what you think about this. Okay. All them other greats, look at their coaches. Jordan had Phil Jackson. And Kareem had Pat Riley. Who was LeBron's great coach? Or did he make them coaches?
The best coach LeBron had was Eric Spoelstra.
Yep.
That is the best coach he has ever had.
Spoelstra was
and that's where he learned how to win.
Spoelstra was the only one who had a resume when LeBron got there. Because Pat Riley has told the story how they all came into his office, LeBron leading the charge, coming into his office after that when they couldn't gel in the beginning, looking for Spoelstra to get fired. And Pat Riley looked at him like, I'm not firing the coach.
Even in college, Dean Smith ruled Michael Jordan. LeBron didn't have a Dean Smith in college.
LeBron is an exceptional talent. I know it. I remember when I seen that first game, Oak Hill against St. Mary. What is it?
St. Mary's. St. Mary's.
That first game, and I will say this. I watched Carmelo in that game, and Carmelo was the best player coming into that draft.
I believe it.
Carmelo was the best player that rookie season.
And should have got rookie of the year.
And he should have got rookie of the year. He led his team to the playoffs.
But that's right.
But the marketing engine was behind LeBron James. That whole King James thing, that thing took off.
I'm a witness.
Let's not forget him in Ohio. I won't listen again.
Yeah,
I'm
that
giving
Nike
LeBron
marketing
his
campaign,
props.
Dave. Right.
I'm a
He had a
ball
Nike
player
marketing campaign behind him out of high school. Come
out
on.
of high school. I'm a ball player, Keisha. I'm a ball player. I ain't sleeping on LeBron. LeBron is a
That is the
top
truth,
3 player.
Antoine.
LeBron is a top 3 player. And when you look at it all across the board, he's definitely a top 3 player. He's definitely in this top 75 without question. And if he was here for the top 50, he'd have been in that 50 too. He would have been in that 50. But of all time, absolutely not. No
No,
way. No
I
way,
can't give him
Jose.
that, man.
Not of all time. And I'm saying that to also say I ain't giving it to Mike Jordan neither. I'm not giving it to Mike Jordan neither. I'm not giving it to nobody. I don't think anybody can be called the greatest NBA player of all time. And on top of that, the greatest basketball player of all time. Because let's be honest, you've heard Mike talk about the people that would have gave him work on the court as well. And they never made the NBA.
Len Bias
would have gave Mike Jordan work every time on the court. And there are countless others that play. I mean, come on. Now, greatest face of the NBA.
From Boston named Reggie Lewis as well, who was a problem.
Yes. Greatest face of the NBA of all time. Give it to LeBron. He's got it. Give it to LeBron. But there are too many ball players that'll give work to so many people that just didn't make the NBA. Oscar Robinson. Thank you, Ted Morris. Oscar Robinson.
average a triple-double.
Come on. Here's where the names start coming. And you have to say
Kareem won every year. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar won every year in high school, every year in college, then got 6 rings in the NBA.
He won on every level.
On every level.
On every level. He won on every level. And we still can't call him greatest of all time.
And still was going to Rucker Park in the summertime balling.
Listen,
he one of the goods.
One of the New York City playground legends, my uncle Phil, who played college ball as well, got a chance to play against him. Earl the Goat Manigault. I never saw Earl play, but hearing my uncle tell the stories playing against him, he said, "Yo, y'all think Jordan is good? Goat was crazy. Like he was better than Jordan, LeBron, all of them. So these are guys that never even made the league.
Never made the league. And if we want to talk about the reason why they didn't make the league, that would start some fires.
Yes.
That would start some fires because there's a lot of stuff that causes people not to bring them in. The NBA has always been a market-driven, character-driven, perception-driven league. Always been. And if you're not meeting their standard of marketability, which they have the right to protect their brand, but let the NBA.
My uncle told me, Doug. My uncle told me. He said, "It's unreal."
Let the NBA pick up a WWE mentality, and they go to the park and get a couple of dudes that play in the park. You're gonna see something totally different. Give the New York Knicks a bunch of dudes that play in West 4th and watch the NBA get work. Watch the NBA get work.
You're right.
They will get work. You go to Kelly Park. You go to Tillery Park down there in Fort Greene.
Fort Greene, yep.
Right across the street from Westinghouse.
And you put some of them players on. You put some of them players in the NBA, and you watch the NBA get work. And you know who proved that? Charles Jones proved that.
Oh, he was a problem.
Charles Jones came out of Fort Greene Projects, and he didn't go to no D1 college. He went to the Long Island University. I don't even know what their name was at the time. He went to LIU and took the Blackbirds to the dance. And Chicago had to go and get him. And he gave them work. Rayful Austin, work. Skip to my Lord. Gave them work. He gave them work. So I'm just saying, greatest of all time, that's difficult. That's difficult to be giving anybody that title, because if you play ball, you know that there's people out there. That's the that y'all gonna get me started, because
What's
that's
my
like these.
man from Boys and Girls High? He went to Syracuse. Oh, all of them. Ooh.
No, Walter
He
Perry.
made it to the league for about a year or two.
His name is on the tip of my tongue and I can't remember it. I know exactly who you're talking about. He went
Pearl
to
Washington.
Boys and Girls.
Pro Washington.
Pro Washington.
Work. A guarantee 27 a night. A guarantee.
Easy.
A guarantee. Guard, sham guard. Oh my goodness, please. Let's not even go there.
Well,
Let's not even go there.
When I played
He
against
was,
high school,
he was training NBA players with their handle.
Yeah.
Gosh, Aaron
Let's
Donald
not even
training them.
let's not even go and watch and one tapes of dudes who should have been in the NBA. But they wouldn't put them in the NBA because they didn't meet the status quo.
They didn't have the look.
They didn't have the look. Look, they tried to get rid.
Street. They weren't corporate enough.
Yeah, they tried to get rid of Allen Iverson. They changed the rules.
They changed the rules
because Allen Iverson had cornrows.
Allen Iverson is the one. There's a reason why street ball became a thing, because he was the first one to bring that culture into the league and say, "Y'all ain't gonna change me. Y'all gonna accept me for who I am, or that's it."
You see what he did when he came on the court. And Mike was over there drinking Gatorade.
He put Mike on skates. He
sure did.
That crossover, matter of fact, I think that crossover made Mike retire.
Rest in peace, Troy Escalade Jackson.
Troy Escalade. Stu was like 900.
So ain't that Mark Jackson's brother?
Jokic was
Mark Jackson's brother.
Yep.
Mark Jackson's brother.
If you watch Escalade play, Escalade was Jokic before Jokic was Jokic.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And can jump out the gym.
Yeah.
At 400 pounds, he could jump out the gym.
Very athletic.
Come on. We had a kid on our show last year during the playoffs. His name is Anthony Rogerson. Y'all remember we brought him on the show?
Mm-hmm.
From my neighborhood. He went to Mark Jackson's alma mater, Bishop Loughlin. And I seen him give NBA players work. So that miss me.
It's been a couple of years now.
Yeah, miss me with that greatest of all time talk. There ain't no greatest of all time. Greatest of all time.
His name is Yahshua. Yahshua.
That's right. His name is Jesus.
Well, they did call Jordan the Black Jesus when he was playing.
Blasphemy. You know who did that? That was
Larry Bird, right?
Larry Bird. He crazy.
Mouth.
Well, Larry Bird ain't that bright.
Watch your mouth.
He's a Boston
guy. Yeah, Boston
guy. It would take Larry Bird. It would take Larry Bird in which town to name Michael Jordan Jesus?
That lightly, Butler.
But
what do you know?
The original Black Jesus was a guy named Earl the Pearl.
Say it.
The Pearl. Monroe.
Say it.
Well, Walt Frazier was like, this guy used to give me fits till he got on my team.
Say it.
And we won a chip with them.
Yep.
Say it. Now, what I will say is Mike Jordan was a different kind of beast. He was a different kind of beast. And I think Michael Jordan, the professor, I think Michael Jordan, he changed the style of the game of basketball with the way his aerial attack, the weight, the shorts, the long shorts, the armband,
the Jordans,
the ball head, the Jordans.
That, your shoes had to be your team's colors. Mike said, "Yeah, we good." And Nike was smart marketing wise because they were like, "You know what?
We're gonna
pay the fine. We got it. Keep wearing the shoe."
They paid the fine, but Mike changed. He changed the culture of the game. Mike did for basketball what hip hop did for the world. That's what Michael Jordan did for basketball. The dunk contest didn't even become interesting until Michael Jordan was in it. Okay? You're talking about a player that won MVP and Defensive Player of the Year in the same year, and the scoring title, and the MVP final, and
the championship.
And the championship.
And the chip.
And a key fact for that, and stayed out of trouble while doing it.
He was covered. He didn't stay out of trouble. He was covered because he was the face of the league. And in order for them to cover him the way that they did, they made his suspension look like a retirement. They knew all along he was coming back. They knew all along Michael Jordan was coming back. He was still making sneakers, and they were still wearing the sneakers. They knew all along, even while in the retirement. Notice in that retirement,
dude, Mike started making cleats. I know because I played baseball too, so I had.
Yo, but hold on, though. Why, Butler? Why doesn't that tarnish Jordan's image? Because if it was LeBron that got suspended, we'll kill him.
Because
it doesn't
known that Michael Jordan was actually suspended.
I'm gonna tell you why it doesn't tarnish. There's two reasons. There's two reasons why. There's two reasons why it doesn't tarnish the image. One, social media is not there. If social media was there, Mike would be. If social media was there, Mike would be a dead man walking. Two, the league covered him. The league covered him. The league covered Michael Jordan the way they would not cover Michael Richardson, who I think was just as good as Michael Jordan.
But that was the difference. Michael Richardson had a drug problem, and Michael Richardson. Michael Richardson had a drug problem. A gambling problem.
It's a problem. It's an addiction. But both of them are an addiction.
Let's be real. You know, the league looked at him differently because we were in the middle of the whole Nancy Reagan "Just Say No to Drugs" campaign with Michael Ray got caught out there, and all.
Okay, so get him some help. Get him some help.
I don't disagree.
Get him some help. Don't banish the man. Don't banish him. Get him some help. Or here's what you can do. You know what? We're going to put you in a rehab, and we're going to make it look like you're in a rehab. We're not going to ban you for life. You ban that man for life, and you can't ban nobody for life right now for smoking pounds of marijuana in the locker room. And you ban him for life? No. Here's what this is why it was never tarnished.
And listen, you got a kid that got caught twice with a gun on camera, who you've only gave a 30-game suspension to.
Come on.
They protect who they want to protect. They protect who they want to protect.
And I'm not saying that Josh should have been banned for life, but I agree. Apply the same rules to Michael Ray back in the 80s.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So what they did, they shielded Michael Jordan. They shielded Michael Jordan, and the owner for the Chicago Bulls
put him making money off of Michael Ray.
The owner of the Chicago Bulls put him on his team that he owned in baseball, the Chicago White Sox. Gilbert Arenas, another example. You think that wasn't set up? These are the owners all of the owners of basketball saying.
That's why he's out here on that podcast exposing all the secrets.
Yes, Jerry Krause, hold him down for a few months, let him play baseball. He was still making his money. They were still using Michael Jordan commercials in the playoffs that he wasn't even in.
Right.
He wasn't even in. He was the face of the league while Akeem Olajuwon was winning championships.
Dominating the league and winning championships.
Clyde Drexler came in and won that tail end championship with the Houston Rockets, and he couldn't even get no love. Michael Jordan was the man. And then Mike comes out of retirement and all hell breaks loose.
Goes back to winning championships.
He goes back to winning championships. Come on, man. They protect thank you, Woodhall. They protect who they making money off of. And trust me, they was making plenty of money off of Mike Jordan. Plenty. That's why it was easy for him to win. Easy for him to buy a team.
They are still making money.
Easy. still making money off of Mike. Not only are they still making money off of Mike, Mike's still making money off of them because his logo is on those team jerseys now.
Yep. All of the in-season tournament city edition jerseys are sponsored by Jordan.
It's a beautiful relationship. It is a beautiful relationship that they have. But let me tell you something.
Credit to David Falk, Michael Jordan's agent at the time, who had the foresight to tell Nike, we don't want your advance. Give us a piece of the company.
How about that?
Because Nike offered Jordan $250,000, and Falk said, keep your money. We want a piece of the company.
That's right.
Because we sign it. Because listen, we're signing to you when the popular thing would have been to sign to not really Adidas. Converse. Converse was the leading basketball sneaker at the time. They had Magic and Bird.
Weapon.
We're gonna sign.
Really, I need a job in NBA marketing.
we're gonna sign to Nike. Nike, an up and coming Portland sneaker brand that was not really doing basketball sneakers. They were doing running shoes.
Yep.
They were doing running shoes, and they
tell her to put me on. She making $800,000 a year in marketing at the NBA. I need a job.
This man, he's making plenty of money. I just cleaned out my sneaker closet yesterday. I got 35.
What is Richard over there doing, y'all?
Jordan Brand is a NASCAR.
He's working out. He's working out right now.
Yeah, Doc, I need to get one of these. What you thought I was doing, Davey, right?
No. We've been doing good. We've been doing good for the last 40 minutes.
I ain't afraid to open the door, Davey, right? What you thought I was doing?
I don't know, sir. I don't know.
Go ahead, Al. Finish what you get us back on topic. We're doing good.
All I'm saying is we got on this topic because we were talking about who's the greatest of all time. And my argument is LeBron is definitely the greatest face of the NBA. I mean, come on. I don't know. He's 20.
For this generation.
He's two generations. Not one generation, two generations.
He did
when you can play. Mike Jordan did Space Jam first.
Okay.
Listen to me. But Mike Jordan ain't got the same amount of money as LeBron.
You think LeBron got more than Michael Jordan?
No, Jordan got more, but Jordan working with Jordan than LeBron.
Jordan, I don't know if Jordan got more than LeBron.
Jordan, he just sold the Bobcat for $3 billion.
He just sold the Hornets. But now, let's really talk. Let's really talk here.
That's $3 billion outside of his sneaker money.
Let's really talk here. Let's really talk.
Money while LeBron was still in school, Doc.
Right.
I like Mike. Mike is, to me, hands down, one of the dopest ball players that has ever played the game. I think anybody that played basketball in my era, we was all trying to be like Mike. No pun intended. He was the man. You jumping from the free throw line, all of the coming up underneath, all of that. That Jordan, I give it to him.
But now, because Jordan's money's longer than he has more length.
I spoke out of pocket. I don't know what the numbers are, but Jordan is up there. He's a billionaire too.
Multi-billionaire.
Listen to me. Listen, you're a billionaire. I don't care how much money you got. Billion, that's it. I don't care. I don't care if it's 1 billion. Billion, you're not even spending that money on all your lifetime. Billion. Get it. Okay? But now let's look at the real. Let's look at what LeBron has done outside of basketball. Let's look at how many kids he sends to college on a full ride every year for the last 20 years. At least 15 kids go to school on LeBron James for 4 years. So he pays 4-year tuitions. Let's look at the charter school that he has. The many courts, the many charitable functions that he does. Mike don't do none of that. Mike taking $180 every time he send a sneaker to Foot Locker.
You right.
Every time. I got 40 pair of them in my house right now. I'm thinking about putting them online for sale because some crazy person is just as crazy as me. I should have been thinking about home ownership instead of buying a bunch of Jordans. I looked in my sneaker closet yesterday. 40 pairs of Jordans. 40. My daughter was like, what Jordan is that? Because I got Jordans that came out that ain't even retros. I got the 32s. He ain't playing basketball at that time. I have the Jordan 32s. And he was not playing basketball when the 32s came out. And nobody on the court was wearing the 32s neither.
You better sell those sneakers, man.
You can make a lot of money with those sneakers, Doc.
Oh, I am. Trust me. I'm just strategic. I'm strategizing it. I got to get a couple of things in order. But there ain't no. Back to my original point. I just had a Butler blast. I'm sorry.
It's all right.
Back to my point. And we've been on for 2 hours. We can't be on for 2 hours no more. We can't do this no more.
I mean, this is a good show, though. This is a very good show.
But we can't do this 2 hour thing. This is like preaching. You can't preach for more than 45 minutes. The retainment is gone.
Because they're gone, yeah.
They're gone. In 2 hours. Now, we thank everybody that has stayed on with us tonight. Y'all really did. Y'all rocked out with us tonight. Y'all did. Yeah. Y'all rocked out with us tonight. And one of our hosts left.
Yeah, he went on to bed.
How did y'all enjoy the new co-host?
He done injected himself as
me and Davey Wright
co-host.
Have great chemistry on here, Doc. Y'all need to give us a segment, Doc.
Well, Davey Wright is already a co-host.
No, Davey Wright and I need a segment together where we can just talk.
Oh God.
Get some things off.
Davey Wright has his own show that he does on Mondays at noon that you can join him there.
Also, when we talk about all that what would Magic do if he never got AIDS?
The jury's still out on whether Magic actually had AIDS, but that's another conversation. And we're not going to start that all over again.
Y'all heard what I said earlier, right? Y'all heard what I said earlier. When you got when you got a certain kind of money, you got access to certain kind of medical advancements.
Yes.
Now, Magic and Arthur Ashe both reported their story the same week. And Arthur Ashe was dead in 10 hours.
That thing hurt me. And I did the opening for the Arthur Ashe Stadium. That thing hurt me. I went to that stadium.
Sam said Magic got financial AIDS. Yo.
Arthur Ashe was gone.
Yo, what's wrong with you, bro?
Arthur Ashe was gone. And everybody was watching Magic Johnson. And Magic Johnson didn't die. You know what Magic Johnson did?
He got stronger.
Magic Johnson came back and played basketball.
He sure did.
It was MVP of the All-Star game in the year he retired.
Magic Johnson, he said, yeah, I got this HIV, but I'm going to go to Barcelona.
And play
with the Dream Team.
Play with the Dream Team.
And win gold. Then I'm going to come back from Barcelona. I'm going to go play in the All-Star game. I'm going to end the game with a three-pointer, even though the game's not over. I'm going to hit this three, and they're just going to stop playing.
And I'm going to win the MVP. And win the MVP.
And wipe my sweat on people. Because he was white.
Because everybody was hugging him and everything. Sweaty and all of that.
That was a scary time for me, Doc. I was nervous.
So to quash the argument once and for all, I looked up the numbers. Michael Jordan's net worth is currently at $3 billion.
$3 billion.
$3 billion. This is net worth. LeBron James's net worth is at $1.8 billion.
There you go.
Mike does have more money than LeBron by 1 point.
I said I spoke out of pocket. I apologize to all of our viewers for speaking about something I ain't got, because that's money. I ain't got none of that. But
listen, 3 billion, 1.8 billion. You said it. It's all billion.
It's all a billion. It don't matter 1 or 50.
It's all billion.
It's all billion.
But
I don't have 1 million yet.
I believe if Bill Gates woke up tomorrow with LeBron James money, he'll kill himself.
Explain, Davey.
If Bill Gates goes from $60 billion, down to $1.8 billion, he's jumping out the window.
I don't think so. He made 60 billion once.
Right, Greg. Just give me 10% of that. I don't need 1.8 billion. What's 10% of that? 180 million. I'll take it. That's either way. It's life-changing money.
And y'all know LeBron James is a tither.
Is he?
LeBron James tithes to Dwayne Wade's mother's church.
Really? Okay.
Lord Jesus.
That's a blessed church. That church is blessed.
Dwayne Wade's mama is a pastor.
Yeah.
I want to know what she preaching about that grandson of hers. But
yeah.
That's what I want to know.
I don't even think I want to know.
I want to know if she's holding on to the gospel truth concerning that.
Magic Johnson got Starbucks money.
Right.
I ain't got nothing to say about that. He got Starbucks money. Starbucks money, and
don't he own the Redskins now too?
$1.2 billion is Magic Johnson's net worth.
What is Shaq's net worth?
Shaq ain't even a billionaire yet.
You got to be kidding me.
Actually, I think he is, but I'm gonna check now. No, he's not.
What?
Shaq's net worth is $400 million.
I'm shocked.
We upset about that?
But you got to remember this
Hey, that's 400 million is a lot of money.
Net worth has to do with their ownership stake in things as well as their personal assets. It does not mean that they're not a part of billion-dollar brands. This is just their money.
We can't even believe that because look up my net worth right now. Look.
I don't think it's gonna be here.
Look.
We gonna look up your net worth, Jason Hendricks's net worth.
Look, and watch what it come up with.
No information available.
I'm just trying to tell y'all to pray for me. That's all. I just want y'all to know how much prayer I need.
Oh God!
See why y'all need
classic.
This show's got to go to number one, y'all. Y'all got to make it happen. Y'all like, y'all share, y'all tag.
That was classic. That was classic. That was classic.
Information available.
Listen. Jason does bring an element to this show that I believe helps. I don't know if he could be on every episode because then we're gonna be 2.5 hours every day, and we can't.
No, y'all was an hour in before I even came on here.
Right, but I'm saying we would have been off if you hadn't to come on.
And I told y'all to make sure the show's an hour long. I told y'all that. But y'all really need to think about me and Davey Wright having a segment. Cause I just like looking at how uncomfortable you and Butler get when me and David be talking.
y'all go left. I'm trying
they
to
don't know how far we're gonna go. That's what it is. They don't know what we can say.
I am attempting to build this audience to monetize the podcast. And y'all trying to cut our legs out from under us before we get the sponsors.
Hey, David, you know how on radio they have that 15-second delay.
Right, the delay. We ain't got that on live stream.
That's what Loho want for when we start talking now.
but that's the beauty of podcasting because I can go back and edit it. So for the later listeners, we can cut some of this stuff out.
Listen, all I want y'all to do is pray for me so I can get some information because it said no information found.
No information available.
Listen. If we bring Jason on the show, I got the name of their segment.
What is it?
The DJ booth.
The DJ booth.
Dave and Jason.
The DJ booth.
The DJ booth.
That's
and
dope.
Just let them go. We got
the McCann rant, the Butler blast, and the DJ booth.
That's good. And we can talk about whatever we want to talk about, sports related.
Sports related, please.
Sports related.
Sports related.
Y'all
Like,
heard it here first.
Listen, Jason and I were having a whole nother conversation in our inbox today on Instagram.
Oh my shit!
We'll share that with y'all offline.
Yeah. I probably said I think I sent it to Davey too. I don't think I sent it to Butler.
You sent it to Butler, but that's not a conversation for this show.
No. I wouldn't even dare.
We all be in trouble.
I probably.
Lord,
all y'all
listen to me. It's 12:26.
Yeah, I need to go to bed. I gotta go to work.
We have had a wonderful show.
Yeah.
Thank you, everybody that stayed on with us. Y'all broke day with us.
We appreciate
y'all.
y'all.
Did we do benediction?
Nah.
Oh.
No. The benediction is orange and blue skies, but we'll get to that. Go ahead, El. Finish the closing. For Jason tell another joke, we'll be on for another.
Do we got the final score on that Laker game?
Lakers and the Suns.
Ooh.
We are
98-95.
97, 98-95, 3:18 to go. Fourth quarter, Lakers by 3.
They balling.
We got ourselves a good game going on over there.
They balling
in LA.
They balling, yeah.
So yeah, we're gonna see how this one ends. But yep, 98-95 now, 3:05 to go in the fourth quarter. Lakers and Suns battling it out for a trip to Vegas to take on the New Orleans Pelicans, who won their game last night over the Sacramento Kings. So I mean, not for nothing, the league is getting what they want in terms of this, because you got Dame and Giannis against an upstart team in Indiana with Ty Halliburton, and in the West you're going to have either LeBron or Kevin Durant taking on the New Orleans Pelicans, who are a really good young team led by what's my boy name, Zion Williamson. So
I gotta be honest. Speaking of Zion, I had high expectations for him. I had high expectations. I thought he was going to do a lot better.
He's playing someplace. No, that's not it. He's playing someplace he don't want to be.
He want to be in New York.
He does not. Now, if there is a star that want to come to New York, it's Zion. He wants to be here.
He wants to be
here. Because he was bothering that porn star.
Yes, he was.
And he don't need to come to New York.
Yeah, from a culture standpoint, and as far as living, this might not be the best place.
This is not it for him, because he's gonna go up and down Fulton Street.
What?
No, he ain't gonna be on Fulton
not
Street.
Fulton Street.
He gonna be over there by where your daddy used to live.
On Colvin Avenue.
What are you saying, Jason? Shut your mouth. Don't you say another word, Jason. Don't you say another word, Jason.
On tonight,
in New York, by the pinball. I get to see it
over there, right? You saw the midget? There's a midget over
there. On tonight, we thank you all for joining us. Knicks fall to the Bucks 146 to 122. They've been knocked out of the in-season tournament. Friday night, Knicks Celtics.
A church guys sports show. Oh my
Friday
God.
night, join us after Knicks Celtics. We thank you all for joining us as always. We'll see you Friday night.
Everybody that is free Saturday night at 6 p.m., meet me in Times Square at the Red Steps. I'll be shooting my video to the song All Right. If you was at the Pearl Awards, you heard me and my brother Jay, we went crazy on that song All Right. We shooting the video and everybody's invited. Just look fly.
I'm gonna be
That's
there.
all.
I'm dressing just like this.
Come through, Davey, please.
I'm there.
I'm getting something made just for the video shoot.
For the video shoot.
Come through. I need everybody there. It's gonna be on the Red Steps too. It's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be crazy. I'm gonna have.
You're gonna get a lot of participation from the tourists and stuff.
Yeah, a lot of that. And I'm gonna buy Krispy Kreme for everybody. We're gonna get Krispy Kreme, hot, fresh Krispy Kreme in the oven when the light come on for everybody.
Sam said, "Where your Knick hats?"
Heaven is speaking when that light go off, Reverend.
When that light go off, brother.
6 o'clock Saturday. Well, Friday, join us here for the
Yeah.
post game. 6 o'clock Saturday evening. If you're in New York City, Times Square, meet Elle and Jason and David and everybody else that will be up there. I unfortunately won't be able to make it up, but they're gonna have a great time. It's gonna be an amazing time shooting the video for All Right. Maybe you might get some screen time, get a chance to shake their hands, and
everybody gonna get screen time. Everybody that show up is gonna be in this video. I promise you. Everybody.
So show up. This might be your opportunity to get discovered. David doesn't need any more publicity. He got record deals. But for the rest of us,
listen, I was supposed to sign the Godfather records, but they did me like I was the dude sleeping with the fishes.
Not sleeping with the
fishes. This is not true.
I was supposed to be on Godfather Records, and then I saw a podcast with Davey Wright talking about why are you still rapping at 45?
Oh, wow!
I would no. I said,
explain yourself, Pastor Wright.
I said an inspiring rapper, not an established rapper like you.
He cleaned it up.
An inspiring rapper.
Because you know the guy, after I made my rap song, I had one battle. And the battle was with the guy Gabe from Davies Church. I destroyed him.
I'm not gonna mention that dude. That's my cousin. I ain't gonna mention him.
Yeah, that's his cousin. And I destroyed him. The boy quit rapping after that.
I ain't saying nothing about him.
Let me tell y'all. Can I tell y'all a funny story?
Real quick.
A guy came to preach at my church when I was preaching at the Baptist church. I was the pastor of the Baptist church.
Christian something or the other Baptist church.
Christian Community Baptist Church.
I wasn't gonna say the name.
I had a 7 last words there. And this guy came to preach at the church. He got up and he was like, I'm getting ready to rip this church in half. Y'all getting ready to see. I mean, he was saying this stuff out his mouth.
Oh, so he actually said this in the mic?
He was saying, I'm getting ready to rip this church in half, right? When he got done, it was like, what? Nobody knew nothing that he was talking about. But then he said, I want to give God praise for my pastor, Elder Timothy Wright.
My Jesus.
That's true.
So it's true, right, David?
Absolutely true.
So I said, oh, okay, no problem. Now I didn't think nothing of it. But Pastor Timothy Wright called my phone the next day.
I already see where this is going. This is going to be bad.
Called my phone the next day. Now, God bless the Godfather of gospel music.
Absolutely.
Listen to me. We from the Fire Baptized Church.
Yes.
It take a lot to get us to cuss.
Uh-oh.
Since when?
And the Godfather said, I'm sorry, that stupid mother came to your church and made a DAMN fool out of himself. He said he will never be back to your church again. As a matter of fact, he ain't never going to preach anywhere ever again.
My father didn't even give him permission to go.
I didn't even see that guy ever again. Where is he, Davey?
He's a bishop now.
No.
What's his
Don't
name?
give no name. No.
I'm not gonna give.
No.
But the worst part of that, he had a robe on with nothing on under the robe.
Yes.
But
Yes.
all he had on was socks.
Yes. I forgot about that part, Davey. He had on a robe with nothing on underneath it. You know who was there? Stephanie Wood was there that night.
Yep.
I'm calling Steph tomorrow, and I'm gonna ask her about this.
Yo,
What was his name? What was his name, Davey? Give us his name.
I'll just give you his last name.
No.
you know you want to tell us, Dave,
Right?
I'll text
No.
it to you, but
There you go. There you go. Put it in the group
text it
chat.
to me too,
Put it in
Dave.
the
it
group
Right?
start
chat.
with an O. It start with an O.
Put it in the group chat.
Osborne.
No,
Osborne.
it ain't Osborne. It's an OG. You wouldn't guess it. It ain't the name that you would know. I'm saying,
In the
well,
group
I don't like
chat.
him. No, you know, his name is O'Gara. That's his name.
O'Gara.
You said you don't like him anyway.
I'm gonna call Steph tomorrow, and I'm gonna ask her if she remembers. I'm just gonna say, Steph Butler tells this story.
I will never ever forget it.
I'm
You
calling
And,
ask
Steph
and
tomorrow.
Stephanie about O'Gara.
I'm calling Steph tomorrow. I'm gonna ask her.
I will never ever forget that. I will never forget that. That's got to be one of the funniest moments. And he was preaching and he was up there talking. Nobody knew what he was talking about. I think his word was, "Woman,
I got
behold
you,
thy
bro.
son." And it was just, it was so catastrophic. And he had on a black cassock
Not
with,
catastrophic.
with nothing underneath it,
But socks.
just socks.
A black cassock.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That was something. But yeah, that was one of the funniest ministry moments in my life, y'all. Unbelievable.
So thank y'all again for joining us tonight
Yeah,
on Church
it's
Guys
been real,
Sports
y'all.
Show. We appreciate you. Friday night, join us for more basketball talk, more sports talk, more laughter. Of course, you never know what you're gonna get with the Church Guys Sports Show. So join us Friday night, post game, Knicks Celtics from Boston. Jay Han will be with us again on Friday night. He came back to the screen now. He'll be with us again on Friday night.
We go to work on y'all Friday night.
Now I don't want you to suddenly get busy if we beat y'all. When I send you that link, you better come on.
No. I'm available Friday. I just cleared my schedule for this.
What all to say? He done texted Steph. But again, until then, again, we thank you all. Don't forget, like, share, tag, comment, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Again, the 100th subscriber wins a trip to a Knicks game with us. El, you didn't respond to the February 3rd group text.
I gotta check with my admin.
I didn't
Please
get
check
that
with your
message.
admin.
I didn't get that message.
You don't want to go. You're not a Knicks fan. We're gonna go to Knicks Lakers at the Garden on that Saturday.
No, he is a Laker fan. He's got all Laker gear. Remember that picture?
I remember the picture. Yes.
Let me tell you, the person responsible for outing me with that uniform, with that outfit, and that's why
Lakers
Sunday,
by 7.4 seconds to go.
Listen to how I'm going to get Davey right back. This Sunday, I'm coming to Grace with Bishop O'Gara.
Oh no, you're not.
in purple cassocks and socks.
Oh my God!
Purple cassocks and socks. I can't.
Oh
Socks,
my God.
That's it. That's it. And we gonna turn Grace upside down. You hear me?
I'm trying to hold out
God.
to see what the final is going to be on this game.
Crying. I'm literally crying.
Lakers call timeout. 7.1 to go. I believe the Lakers have the ball, but they're up by 2 with 105-103, 7 seconds to go in this game.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Now it's Church Guys After Dark. This has gone left.
This is going left.
This has gone left.
I will be at Grace Sunday. Me and Bishop O'Gara.
I want to know how you spell his name. I'm looking for him on Facebook.
And you looking for? Stop.
O apostrophe G.
Wait a minute.
He done found him.
James O'Gara.
That's him.
My boy Jamal Dudley says socks and garters. Nah, bro.
I found him. James O'Gara. That's him. Yes. That's him. Woo.
Anthony Davis went to the line with a chance to ice the game, missed the second of 2, and The Suns rebound the ball. Kevin Durant misses at the buzzer. Lakers escape 106-103.
Wow. That was close. That was a close one.
Great game.
That was a good
Great
basketball.
game.
That was
Great game.
a good basketball game. All right.
Great
So
game.
now we have the final. Now they have found the bishop, and we're going to bid you adieu. Until Friday night, orange and blue skies. As always, Knicks lose.
And green
Love
one,
y'all,
too.
man.
And green
Friday-
one, too.
Friday, our special guest will be James O'Gara.
Y'all have a good night, everyone.
Bless you.
New York Knicks.